Watch this.
Next, football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the Dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go hugs, put in work, go rub. Texas youth and high school talking to page on Facebook, hold up. Coach Carter still on the scene, giving advice, he do what he mean. Jay Mack and Swaggy Wick, rocking the gear, it's so clean.
Big guys and go easy, off the easy, push easy. When my steppers are special kids, making flicks and so easy. Trying to win, we so greedy. All my fans are so needy, cause they need to hear them talk about that club. We do it for the dub.
We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That DF dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That DF dub.
Welcome to the Dub, number one high school podcast starring Pat Oteezy, Jeremy McInnes, Whitfield Roderick, Coach Carr, and Ron Riser.
Well, all right. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome to the number one talk show. Speak out.
The Dub, baby. You heard it first. The Dub.
Yo, what's happening, homie?
Man, what up, man?
Man, with my man B Rise, man. It's crazy, man. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. But we in here, man. We said, you know what? Wasn't gonna do a show tonight. I said, why not, man? Let's just go on and hop on. You know what I'm saying? We talk about, get a few things off our chest, whatever needs to be talked about, and we can ease on out of here. What you think about it, big bro?
Oh, that's perfect. You know, we give them a good hour, so we give them something better than nothing, right?
Hey, man, something better than nothing, man. You know,
we gonna
sometimes
make it work.
we're gonna make it work, man. And shout out to Coach Willow, who idea was to have the show that ain't showed up. Shout out to you, Willow. Yeah, I put you on blast.
Yeah, he didn't want to hype us up.
Yeah. I had to put you on blast, man. You didn't show up on time. You know, championship coaches don't do that. I'm just saying. Don't do that, Willow. Like that. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Coach Willow. Man, I want to throw this up here real quick. All my coaches out there, all the parents, if you got your big boy, we need to get y'all signed up for weekend of Juneteenth for the Bigs and Barbecue. It's gonna be a great event we're putting on, and we just want all y'all to come out and represent. Let the Bigs have they shine. You know what I'm saying? We gotta let the Bigs have they shine too. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do that, man. When Coach Carr come on, we're gonna let him break it down a little bit more. And then we're gonna go from there. Matter of fact, I think he in here.
That's him.
What's up, Jay?
What up, man?
Man, y'all caught me on trying to set up, and my internet been slow.
You sound a little low, Coach.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, turn it up a little bit more.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Mic check.
We in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, no, man, my internet been a little slow, so just trying to get it together, man. But what's up, fellas? How's the weekend, man?
What up, Coach?
Man, too short, my brother.
Well, this typically works out that way. But I saw y'all had barbecue and bigs up.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it up, man, for you can tell everybody about it.
I bet. So it's going down, Kimball High School. Barbecue and bigs, man. You know, we gonna get a big guys a chance to get out there and compete, right? So we're gonna have 7-on-7. We're gonna be battle of the bigs, so they have all the tug of war stuff, the bench press, everything, man. So for us, it's about putting them in real live situations that can simulate full reps without being full speed, if that makes any sense.
Right.
And also, man, we're gonna have who won't smoke, right? So if you out there and you think you that dude and you think you got what it takes to be the number one receiver or number one lockdown corner in the city, in the Metroplex, come on, man. Come on out. Or get exposed. You know what I mean? So but yeah.
That's typically how it go, right?
Hey man, one or two things gonna happen, man, right? But man, I'm excited, man. How was y'all Mother's Day, man? Everything good?
Man, it was good, man. We just stayed at the crib with the family, you know. We just ate with it, you know, we cooked at the crib, man. It was good, man.
Yeah, I can't complain. We actually took my mother out yesterday. We like to beat the crowd, so we went out yesterday, hung out, had a good time, man. It was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's what I did for about 5 hours yesterday. Just kind of spent some time with her, man, hang out with her, and go from there, man. You know, so it was cool, man. It was cool.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, I since we kind of just threw the show together, doing a freestyle, is open topics. Any homies out there, man, if y'all want to get you a quick say, you got something to say, hit me up. Hey, I'll drop the link. You can hop in and you can have your say. You know what I'm saying? So this is the night. If you think you about that show life, if you think you about that having comments with the dub, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to tell J Mac off, you know, on the internet. Now you got a chance, you can say it right here on the mic. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna hit Gary Bird up. I'm gonna send Gary Bird right now.
He watched Gary Bird was born with a certain balls, I don't think. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'll just send the link. I'll just send Gary the link to the show, man. Let's get Gary on, man.
So don't do Gary like that. Y'all like Gary ain't gonna show up. Gary gonna show up and show out.
Hey,
I know. I'm waiting for him.
Cause Gary be getting me in trouble with Ty. Now Ty, you got Ty coming at me. You know what I'm saying? You know, Ty giving me smart remarks and stuff. Now I'm like, Ty, chill, coach. This is between me and Gary. Yeah, ain't nothing to do with sock, but I got to get Gary. That's all it is, man.
And we talk to Todd every week. You know, Todd on the show every week.
Hey, once again, man, if y'all just got here, I want to tell all the ladies happy Mother's Day. All my mama bears out there. And y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the real mama bears. I ain't talking about the one that just show up on game day and just show up, you know, when the kid make the news. This ain't for y'all. I'm talking about the mama bears that's been there since Pee-wee. That go to the meetings, that take them to practice, pick them up from practice, making sure they on top of their grades and everything they need to be. Them the ones I'm talking to. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. No doubt.
Happy Mother's Day, ladies.
Yeah, shout out, man.
So look, I do got a question, man, that has kind of all right. So what is considered, right, your kids, your right, like your like so kids move around, right? And I often see a lot of people are going to gravitate to winning programs because everybody wants to be a part of a winner, right? So when is it okay to go to a winning program versus when is it okay to, like, you know, stay at home where you at and compete? You know what I mean? Like what circumstances, like, okay, I got to transfer because of this versus let me build grit and callous and compete and earn my spot. Or if I'm balling where I'm at, why would I want to transfer to somewhere and not knowing if I'm gonna get a chance to get on the field? I don't know. Like,
now we're talking high school or college?
High school.
Okay. Well, I just want to correct the wording on this. We ain't gonna say transfer. We're gonna say move.
Okay.
To a better area.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Right.
They relocate.
There you go.
Okay, relocate.
There you go.
Yeah.
Relocate.
Yeah.
I let you answer that first, B-Rod.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me just first say this, Coach. Let me just give an example. You know, this is a real life example right here. You know, I ain't even say no name, but let's say you got a kid. He's the best running back in the district, right? You know, he's a baller. He's not getting no looks. He goes to a school down the street. They put 20, 25 kids in college a year. So if I'm that kid parent, I'm thinking like, man, you know what? You can go here. You don't got to work as hard. You know, you go to playoffs, have a good game. So, and boom, you can go SMU, TCU, where I'm at this one school, I'm stopped, I'm running about 40 times a game. And hey, I can't even get damn Cedar Valley to look at me. You know what I'm saying? So it really, it's on, it's on the coaches, man, to get these kids the exposure they need. They just, it's all about getting these kids exposure, man. And some of the coaches, and they're not getting these kids exposure.
You just gotta be honest about it, right?
Yeah, but so here's my next question. Me going to that school doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna play. Right?
If you good, you gonna play.
Okay. Let's say that's true. But let's say they already got a dog there. Let's say they already got 2 dogs there. You know what I'm saying? If you say you're good enough to play, that means that you should be able to get a scholarship wherever you are. You know what I'm saying? Like skills translate. You know what I'm saying? Like it matters level of competition for sure. And I totally get that. Right? Level of competition matters. But skill sets matter. Right? A 4-3 is a 4-3 whether he's in 4A, 5A, or 6A. 4-3 is 4-3. 6'5 is 6'5. You know what I mean? And yes, if you're that type of dude, I think you're gonna play regardless where you are. Now, am I gonna have 1,800 yards receiving versus 1,000 yards receiving?
No.
Right? My stats might go down with the tougher competition, correct? You know what I mean? A little bit more. But it doesn't mean that my production should go down. If that makes any sense.
Coach, let me ask you this, Coach. Let's say prime example, well, he was gonna go to D1 regardless. The kid from DeSoto last year, he wasn't their primary back. It was Lil Tiger. The kid, he transferred to Waco. He cut his workload, got cut by 75%. But we all knew he can play. So now that's a different scenario right there.
Right, but that's one of the scenarios, though, right? B-Roz, like you're right. Like that's one of the scenarios for him. For him, it helped him because now I don't have to take that workload. I'm already D1. You know what I mean? He was going to be D1 regardless. But now taking that workload off of him, that wear and tear off of him, and when they was on the show, it actually saved him. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah,
she said it.
You know, but then if you think about it too, again, a dog is a dog is a dog. It didn't mean that he was going to be there and be that number 1 back, which in his mind going into it, he had, I'm going to be the number 1 back. And you would think that coming with a University of Texas offer. But when you have dogs there, iron sharpens iron, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I feel you. And matter of fact, I want to read some of these comments that we got. What he say, because some of these coaches, they don't care about winning. It's a business and they don't get the kids notice. This is why we coaches bringing up this subject. This is why he's saying it should be, is this a time where it's okay for a kid to transfer? You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I don't care what nobody say. This is where I disagree with UIL rule is, free college is a big deal.
Right.
It's a very big deal. And transferring can mean the difference between free college and paying for college or not going at all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, to me, it's a big deal, and it should be, that's how it should be held. You know what I mean? It's a big deal.
You know what, J Mac?
Shout out to Pat Bottiga, Grace.
What up, Pat? What up, Pat?
Pat DMC.
What up, Big Pat? But
yes,
another thing, you know what, J Mac, that transfer, it could also mean you going to Stephen F. Austin to OU. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be real.
I mean, all of it. That's what I'm saying.
All of it. That's what I'm saying.
They want to treat it like it's a bad word, like, oh, he transferring for athletic reasons. Well, no, duh. I don't want to pay for school. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and that's the thing that baffles me is like we have this warped sense of entitlement and ownership, right? So if you think about it, a lot of these rules was put in place to prevent um, black kids to go to white schools
Yep.
long time ago, right? And then they came up with the M&M transfer, right? Where in order for us to be able to compete with these inner city schools, kind of like college, we got to go get some inner city players, right? So now they're
Yep.
using those same type of rules about being able to transfer and can't transfer, or where you can go and where you can't go. You got to sit out a year or not. You know what I mean? Um, I think that at the end of the day, man, because I say this and I had this conversation with a lot of academians. There are more. If you go into a particular school, you're probably going to find more for athletic scholarships than you are going to find for academic scholarships, right? Like
Yeah.
for the majority of the time, you're in that school as a whole. It's going to be more between all those sports, athletic scholarships for a ride. Like for an example, I wanted the sharpest tool in the toolbox. I knew that. But I got a degree from the University of Michigan, #1 public institution in the country, right? How do I get there? You see what I'm saying?
Skills.
Cal brother went to Miami, right? And I don't know if he's a war, so he's probably the smartest dude in the toolbox. So that might not even be
Nah,
correct.
I'm the only smart ward.
Okay, well, see, there you go.
Yeah, the other ward, the other ward said he's the best looking one, so the other one gets the best looking one.
Big bro said he got the looks. You got the
Yeah,
smart.
they got the-
Okay, Cal got the brain. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
But the
man.
opportunity, you know what I'm saying? The opportunities that he had because of football and athletics might not have been provided for him out on the academic side to the extent that he's gotten out of it. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
think a lot of times, man, UIL does have to back up, and we say transferring for athletic reasons is bad, but man, it's life.
It's not.
I agree.
It's an access to a better life,
It
and
is.
there's nothing wrong with that. Like you shouldn't be penalized for that.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I love this kind of conversation. I'm gonna tell you why I like this conversation, because it's something a lot of coaches are scared to talk about. Because of the stigma, especially for black coaches, is so different when it comes to transfers. If you get a transfer from South Lake to Sock, he transferred to play. If you get a transfer from Sock to South Lake, he got a better life, like Will say. So a lot of us publicly talking about it is dangerous, just because anybody could take one small thing you say as though you're trying to justify going to get kids. I thought about it last week because it's a special right now. Ty was actually watching it in his office. It's called Algiers America, right? And it's about in the car. High school. Those that don't know, that's in New Orleans, rough neighborhood, inner city school. I think they said at that time they had went to because it wasn't from last season, it was from like the 2 seasons before, the COVID year and the year after, or something like that, or a couple years. They had been to 11 out of 12 state semifinals at least, and won 4 titles, right? So what the state of Louisiana has done is, starting last season, they put everybody that if you got a magnet program, if you have any way of getting kids in your school, including the private schools, everybody went into the same bracket. No divisions, like everybody's in this one bracket. You know what I'm saying? And my personal opinion is it was because the black schools was winning. You know what I mean? Texas State hasn't, in football, there hasn't had to be a major change because the black schools haven't won in a grand scheme. We've won here and there. You know what I'm saying? Especially you talking about, like Ty was talking about, black coaches. We hadn't won. So it was never an issue for people. And that's the interesting thing, I think, now. We starting to put it together. So now
I'm eager to see where everything kind of goes if they start trying to adjust things, because it's never been adjusted. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all good till the rabbit got the gun. So, you know, now when you start talking about transfers and all of that, I mean, it's a fine line, because I mean, it's rules, and the rules ain't as strict as people make. The biggest thing is a lot of people just try to do what the hell they want to do.
Right.
And,
But, I mean, now, Ward, Coach, I got somebody. They click the link. They want to come on and say their piece. But before I bring them on, it say Sam Simmons.
Okay.
So he want to talk about it. But before I bring him on, I got a question though.
okay.
I don't think. Do y'all think the rules should apply nowadays? I just think it's a different time. Like, I think it's too much on the line to be so restricted, or to even give coaches so much power. Because it's almost like if the coach checked the box, hey, he left because he want to go play somewhere.
Right.
Like, you know.
So I'm gonna say this, J-Mac. I don't think the rule is restrictive if you did your research from the beginning. Because the thing about the rule is you just need a year to establish residency. And as long as there is no proof that you were recruited to that school, you're fine. The problem is people are saying, I'm going to go here just because I want to go here. Oh, this ain't working out. Well, I'm going to go here. Oh, this ain't working out. Well, to me, it works that way. If a parent does their research from the beginning about the school, about whatever they're trying to achieve from the very beginning, they don't have the issues that a lot of people are complaining about. So when you say restrictive, it's only restrictive to the people who are trying to change later. Now, I'm not knocking that, but when you're trying to change later, there's a way you got to operate. And if you don't operate that way, this is what happens. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you. I
guess that's my thing. It's not a, I think I'm sympathetic to it, because like we'll say, both of my brothers were majority minority kids. My oldest brother went to W.T. White and then went to Seagerville and was eligible at both. You know what I'm saying? Freshman and sophomore year to play varsity. You know what I mean? Because of the way the rules have there have been times where you could pluck from the hood and it's legal. But there ain't never been a time where Highland Park quarterback can go to Roosevelt and be legal as a junior senior. Yeah. Ain't never been no rule for that to make that okay. You know what I'm saying? Now Vail Kid can do that. He can go out there and ain't nobody gonna ask no questions.
Right.
Robert with the flower mound. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, come on, son. We just want you to have a better life, better chance to go to college.
Because it's always Dave always frowned down on our communities, and we've always frowned on ourselves and our own communities. And that's been the issue. That's if we being honest, that's been the issue. We've been trying to
the issue.
And I'm not saying that's
Coach Ward, you got your own personal troll out here today.
Man, I don't that stuff don't bother me. That stuff don't bother me.
Hey, but I do want to ask you before I break them on. You got anything to say about this, Coach Todd? We welcome you back to the show. We ain't seen you in a couple weeks. What's happening? You mute?
You muted, Todd.
I thought he was saying cap.
Can't hear you, Todd. Coach Todd. Oh, he froze up.
Oh, Lord.
All right, man. Well, let me bring this on.
It just sounded like he muted.
He might didn't click that audio thing to let you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it says he's not muted. And he froze up.
So he didn't hit his audio and said
he froze.
He froze up.
Chilling like that. Yeah. But hey, man, I gotta get the first guest on before we can get him out. We're gonna give him his say. He popped on. If y'all don't know, I put the link in the chat on Facebook. Anybody, if you want to hop in, you can say your say, and then we appreciate you. There he is. We got my guy, Sam Simmons. If you don't know Sam, he is the father of one of the better quarterbacks 2024, young Sam Simmons Jr. What's happening, man?
Yeah. What's going on, man? I was going on, man. All y'all, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate being on the show.
What's going on, bro?
What up, man?
guys
Good to
talking
have
about the transfer type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me?
you.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you.
Okay, but yeah, y'all on the subject of transferring. Like I said, all in all, man, it's a lot of stuff going on y'all guys don't know about. And like I said, I know you know Sam. He comes from Arts and Todd. I know you know whatever. But anyway, to make a long story short, if y'all know what the boy went through over to the school over there, all the BS and all the stuff is going on, I can speak and I can talk now. I'm in Mississippi now, so it doesn't matter to me no more. You know, shots out. I'm glad my boy came to Texas. He learned a little bit. But like I tell anybody, all the quarterbacks it takes for 2024, I don't see many that's really better than him. I'm just being honest. And, you know, he could play at any school. But what I'm pissed off with the situation is, you know, how these coaches sit up and hold these kids hostages. Here he's at Arlington High School. His coach is the athletic director, and he's the coach. And he knows, like I said, my son's been playing them. He's been through so much BS. Like last year, he won for the in district. He the number one quarterback in the district. He was in competition with this cat from Bowie. Sam leading the district in 2,700 yards. This kid from Bowie has 21. What Sam leading 27 yards. This cat from Bowie 2,100 yards. Here it is. My son was supposed to made first team all district. Now I don't know what this is when they say vote this, that, and the third. Right is right, wrong is wrong. This made him almost by 700 yards. How did he get him number one in vote? Then come when he was in 10th grade. By him telling them, he was going to be the starting quarterback when he was in the 10th. Here comes, you know what I'm saying, not trying to be racist, whatever. This guy comes along and he puts him in Sam. And what was said was, hey, he paid that guy. That guy paid him from Arlington to put him my son. And he played the whole year. And then you know he is because we playing, you getting Pete 60-10, and you won't put your backup quarterback in the game. Come on, dog. It's so many politics to it. And the thing about it all, no, yeah, we try to come over there with you, Todd. I respect that. And, you know, I know a lot of stuff was up in the air. But at the end of the day, I think we could have been a big help to you because at the end of the day, my son is a quarterback. And to be honest, a lot that you didn't know, Sam was supposed to be there the year that the Copickett kid came over. And I'm going to call because it doesn't matter to me no. The Copickett kid came over there. Sam was supposed to be in time. But what happened was when we went over to go to because I'm gonna tell you what he did. We had a spring game. I never known for a coach to referee a spring game. He refereed the spring game. We didn't have the green and white game. We didn't have no referee. He refereed the game. Here it is. Sam played the ones. He played the twos. He made the game. Okay, scored 2 touchdowns. He called it back. The Copickett boy couldn't score three and out. He took the ball at the 40, put it on the 10, easy touchdown. The end of the score of the game was 15-16. He monitored the game. Everybody looking at me like, what's going on? I've never in my life seen a coach referee a spring game. Every time my boy took it back. So this is what he called. He told my we're going to go with Copickett. He's going to be the quarterback. Boom. How could you do that? I understand you're doing it, but you referee the game, man. He gave me the options to leave at the time we was leave. So right. I don't know. You remember, Todd, we came out there and we worked out. He came out there, you know what I'm saying? Copickett boy heard behind us our back that we went out there. So what it was, he had been working. My son was like, Sam, Dad, he hadn't been to practice in almost 2-3 weeks. We wonder where he at, why he ain't been shown to practice. Come to find out, he was working out with y'all, and he was working out with another school too that was said. But at the end of the day, right is right, wrong is wrong. You knew what was going on, and he tried to blackball out of the game. So when we did come back over there with y'all, guess what? It like everybody was acting funny with us. Didn't want to talk. You know why? We already seen through it. But I told him, son, don't worry about it, man. He probably slammed you, threw you up under the bus. But at the end of the day, that championship that we went on, Sam he was supposed to be in the quarterback time at the time. But like I said, we didn't go back. We went on stay because he went over there. So when he went over, we was like, forget it, we gonna stay. So what he did was he said that everybody jumped on, that the kids were threatening them. Come on, dog. And Arlington, come on, man. That didn't even sound right. So he left, leaving us. We there. But at the end of the day, when he was doing all the crazy stuff that he was doing, that made us want to go ahead and go and leave while we was up. Right. End of the day, he's the athletic director and the coach. And I'm just being honest. I don't care. Like I said, I tell him to his face, I don't care about the kids. No, if you notice in Arlington, no kids over there are getting any offers. My son, one kid that finally got a good offer, and he's the receiver there. He got an offer to Texas Tech because what my son ball to him. Here it is. Sam has 2,807 yards with 27 touchdowns. Only kid is in that direction right now is DJ from DeSoto. And guess what? Sam didn't play Star Cats. All the receivers and all that work you had over the top, what could have lit the boards up over there. But I understand your quarterback, you got he's in play, but we wanted to come over there and compete. That's the only thing. I was like, Sam, you need to go over there and compete. You need to go compete. We went over there. Y'all put him in the running back position. My son don't go up on my son is not no running back. Yeah, he might not be 6 foot tall, but he's a pure passer and he can run. But but at the end of the day, it was just too many politics. Then y'all sit back and wonder why you got to hate these coaches holding these kids hostage, and it's not fair. So what we do here, where we come from in Mississippi, like I say, I'm out here to play Texas football. And I said the experience that my son picked up out, I'm congratulated because guess what? He bring you right back here to Mississippi, and we dogs down here, and he playing 7-8 football. So we got here. So
hold on, Sam. Hold on. Go ahead, B-Rob.
Say, Sam, I got a question for you. For you, Sam. Like I said, I seen your son play 3 games. Talented kid. He's a good kid. I seen him when y'all played North Crowley. I was at that game. You're saying he played a good game
and he banged.
The kid talented. We're not. No one's disagreeing with that. But I just gotta ask this question right here. When you was at Arlington, and
talk to him.
Okay, when you went to Arlington and transferred him to Sock, did you know that they would draw some type of controversy? Like, hey, like Sock just won state, and then you got a top quarterback in a 6'8" division. That's a hard district over there. Come to Sock, did you think they would have drew some type of controversy like it did?
I gotta stop this. Hey, I appreciate you because I got other people trying to come on. Sam. That's what I'm saying. But I get what you're saying. Well, I think we all understand that politics it sucks, and we know we know young Sam got dealt a bad hand over there at Arlington.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh yeah, he gonna be all right. He gonna be all right.
Yeah, and he gonna be.
It's just I had to get that point out. It's just cool. I know y'all gonna go to your huddle and talk. It's cool. I just want to get my point across to let everybody really happen. So when y'all go to the huddle and talk,
what
make
school
sure
is
you
he at?
the right way.
School is he at?
What he is.
What school?
No. I mean, we gotta look out. I mean, think about it, Sam. Sam, think about it. We look out for everybody, so we can't just be, we gotta keep it. We gotta keep it trill, and we gotta,
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna Coach Will got a question for you before you go.
That's all.
Yeah. Here's my question, boss. What school is he going to? What school?
He's going to Clinton High School in Mississippi. Clinton, Mississippi. Clinton High School.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know where that's at. They got some ballers down there.
The school, the camp, they go play there. They got 2 high school champions over there.
I got you. So hold on, boss. You don't have to sell me. So here, I do have a question. This is a legitimate question for you moving forward with your son.
Talk to him.
All right. So what happens if he don't play?
He's a starting quarterback, sir. Starting quarterback with no politics. He's the main.
Okay. Okay.
He starts.
What happens if he don't play?
One thing, he's gonna play. You don't have to worry, but he's gonna play.
All right,
he's gonna play. Here's no politics. He's there to play. They brought us there. They wanted us to come here.
Yeah. No. I think my question to you has nothing to do with football. It has absolutely nothing to do with football.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if it's not there, if it's somewhere else, what happens if he don't play?
My son educated. He's not a dummy.
All right.
He wants to go to school for engineering. So football is first. Man, education is first. Football is second. He's not a.
You don't want to answer the question because the question is a simple question. What you had, what I just said here, and what I just, coach, my man, listen to me. What I just sat here and heard you say, just listening to you, it was everybody else's fault. It wasn't that he wasn't playing. It wasn't that he wasn't putting up numbers. He just wasn't getting what you thought he deserved. So what happens if he goes to college and don't get what you think he deserves? Or you gonna make him stay and compete?
Listen, he know he got to wait his turn.
But
he's gonna wait his turn. You know what he said to me? You know what he said to me? Okay, you know what he said to me? He said, "Daddy, I about going no D1, no." He said, "I will go and I'll put it down." What I'm saying, you're not getting the picture on what I'm speaking on. I get what you that part, but when he goes to college, he's on his own. He know what he had to do. It's
Bro,
effect,
it's the same.
being at
It's the
school,
same.
being
It
there,
don't
going
change.
through
It don't
rigmarole,
change.
it's not right.
It don't change. It don't change.
I know.
It don't change.
I
What
know.
you're talking about doesn't change.
I know this.
Okay, so what I'm talking about
I
right
know
now
this.
today,
He knows
brother.
this.
All right, okay, all right. J man,
Uh-huh.
I'm good. I'm good. Because my man don't want to listen. He want to talk. You don't
Thank
want to
you.
listen, my man.
No, I
Yeah.
am listening. You're gonna speak your piece, I'm gonna
No,
speak
no,
mine.
you're
I'm
not,
listening.
dog. No, you're not, dog.
Yeah,
You're not listening.
I am.
No,
I am. I'm
it's a-
listening. You
I'm
gonna
good.
speak
I'm
your
good.
piece
I'm
regardless.
good, J man.
I told you what's going on. Yeah, you have a good
Brother,
day
what
too.
I'm telling you is it don't matter. Because what you're saying is everything I've heard you say, he didn't get a chance, but you also said he was starting quarterback. He's putting up all these numbers. But you took him out of a program where he was succeeding. Okay, but you took him out that program because you thought that he wasn't getting what he wanted, what you thought he should have.
He was not getting what he needed. He was not
What
getting
is
what
it
he
that you
needed.
think he needs?
It's
What did
going
you
through
think he
too,
needs?
it's going through too much, man. Say what now?
That's football,
Say
brother.
what
That's
now?
life. That's football in
I
life.
understand this football is life, but when you don't care, it can't be life.
No,
When you have no, when you have nobody, no officer, nobody, where your coach don't want the
Hey,
media to come to the school,
I
none
gotta
of
ask
that.
you a
Coach
question,
don't
man.
even want
I
the
gotta
media
ask
to
you a
come to the
question.
school.
Did
Ask
you
the
play
question.
college football
Ask the
anywhere?
question.
Did you play college football?
No, I didn't. You talking about? We talking about
Okay.
high school right now, not college, sir.
I'm
He
talking.
got a whole nother
Okay,
year for that.
brother.
He know
We
what he got
talking
to
about
do.
football. We're talking about
Yeah,
football.
we talking.
Okay,
Ball.
we are talking about
Yeah.
college because it's the same thing. It doesn't change.
He
It
know what he
don't
got to
change.
do. You keep speaking on college. We talking about the high school that he's in.
Brother, it's the
terrible. The
same
stuff that they
principle.
doing ain't right. So it doesn't matter.
Man,
It
you
does.
just said that your son wasn't getting no playing
You
time
speaking
and he
because you on the
was
show. I'm speaking.
now
I'm
you
speaking
mad
with
because he wasn't
respect.
getting something.
Like I say,
It's
a
gonna
lot of these
all
coaches
look,
screwing over his kids,
J Mac,
and
end this
people
conversation.
who sit back and
Because
talk.
it don't
You
matter
probably ain't
what
got
I
a
say.
child
This
of
dude gonna
ball.
sit up here
You just
and
talking,
keep
man.
making
It's still a
excuses.
spot on the show.
I am curious
Talk
to
your
see
block.
where his son is gonna be in 2 years. I'm curious. I will follow.
He gonna be
I
all
will
right.
look him up in
He
high
gonna be
school.
all right. He's not looking to
J
be the
Mac,
starter. He's
I'm not. Yeah,
about high
he's
school
good.
football,
He,
man.
he
And the
that
politics
ain't the
and be
point.
it.
Yeah. That
no, coach.
You need to go watch
J
him
Mac,
play.
it ain't his
You
talent. It ain't his
talking? Go
talent,
watch
J
him
Mac.
play.
It
Watch
ain't
him
his
play.
talent. You're
Watch
gonna
him
be his
play, man.
problem.
You ain't seen his game
You're
play.
gonna be his problem. You're gonna be his problem.
No, I'm not gonna be his problem. You his problem
Yes,
by
you
saying
are.
what you. Don't get
it's
mad
You're
all
because
gonna
I'm
be his
good.
saying
problem.
that kid, man.
All right,
Okay.
hey,
That's what's wrong with
time
y'all
out.
now. Y'all
Time
outside
out.
speaking, talking
Now
and don't
I
know
heard
what's going.
everything you said, boss.
Yeah,
And all
don't
you
know
have
what's going
done is
on.
made excuses. You just made excuses.
Please, ain't nobody made excuses. Excuse about
Yeah,
being
you
on the
did.
show. You need to be. If this is what you doing,
Bro, I'm
go do
listening
it
to
for real.
everything you just said.
Yeah, go do
I
it for
listen to
real.
everything you just said.
It take guys just like you in the background. Always got something to say. And know what's going on.
You just
I mean, hold on.
what?
We ain't gonna go through your resume. We ain't gonna go through your
what?
resume.
Don't hang up, Jeremy. Let's talk. Don't what?
Dude, I'm
Everybody,
listening
let
to you.
up. Don't hang
You
up. Let him
said
talk.
it.
We talking. This is the best part of the show. Let him talk. Let him talk.
I just heard
Repeat what
everything
you
said.
said.
Repeated everything you said. You said that your son
You
wasn't
didn't
getting
repeat
what
the
you
right
felt
way
like
though.
he deserved. Well, how am I supposed to say it?
Yeah.
How you want me to say it, brother?
But you
How
talking about
do I
college?
need
We talking
to
about high
make
school,
you
dog.
feel good?
Good place right now. He in a good
What?
place right now. Do you have a son? Do you have play football? Do you have a son to play any sport?
Oh, God.
Just question.
No.
No, what I'm saying is, do you have a son? Do you know blood, sweat, and tears and this stuff? Do you have a son?
No,
You
I
have a
don't
daughter
have
that
nothing.
plays any sports? No, you
No.
don't. Sit back like you, like what's the cat name? Talk all this. What's the dude, Stephen? Now you and Stephen A, man. You can talk this talk, but you don't know what the game is. You know about what people tell you, sir. I'm out here.
Hey, hold on.
I'm out here.
Hold on.
Drop that resume, dog. Drop that resume,
No,
dog.
for real. Don't hang up, Jeremy. Let him stay on the line.
I got it. Hold on. This
You
man
don't
is
have
this man is a
what's
high
going
school
on? It be
All-American.
guys like you
Wait.
that sit in the
I got
back
it.
talking, don't know.
That man
Hey,
is a high
bro,
school
I
All-American.
think you're talking about the wrong person. You don't know his
I'll be honest
resume.
with you, Sam. I'll be honest with you.
That man a college All-American, a
He's
high
a
school
college
All-American,
All-American, a high school
college coach.
All-American, and an NFL draft pick.
NFL draft pick.
Tell me this. Did he go to the NFL? Did he go to the NFL though? I don't know him. I don't know him.
Say, bro,
Did
I
you
got a
go
lot of respect.
NFL?
Hey,
All that stuff
I came
talking.
on
Did
for
you
a
go
reason.
to the NFL?
Hey,
I'm just
I
saying.
get him out of trick for a
Did
reason.
you go
I got respect for you,
NFL?
bro. But you ain't for to come over here and
Say what
slander
now?
my co-host, dog.
Bro,
That ain't gonna
dude went to,
Man,
hey, let
I'm
me
not
say
saying. I'm
this.
just saying,
man,
man.
Hey, let me
we
say
just
this,
got
homie.
Speaking facts,
Hey,
and
hey,
figure
let me
right.
say this, homie. Hey,
Speaking
I'm
facts,
gonna
right.
speak up for my boy.
what are we
Speaking
talking
facts,
about?
right, dog.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah, bro,
know you
barking up the
don't.
wrong tree.
Now, I mean, he didn't know.
Yeah,
Now we
hang
know
it up.
that. We didn't know. I mean, he didn't know who
You
Will
telling
was.
him to be
I
I'm
appreciate.
his problem. That's my child. What you mean?
No. He was just trying to. I see where he was trying to go. It just went sideways. But hey, man, we appreciate you. I want you to come get it off your chest. You got it off your chest.
Okay, appreciate y'all.
Hey, number love.
Yeah, I'm good.
Love.
Yeah, it's all the
Already.
time.
I
All right.
appreciate you, homie. All right.
Appreciate it. All right.
Happy Mother's Day.
Hey, since I'm
Hey
here,
man, why you didn't send me a commercial? Because right now is a good commercial break.
God
God
damn
damn.
it.
I need a commercial break, and
And
I'll bring y'all back on in a minute.
And goddamn,
I need a
and
motherfucking
Jay,
commercial break.
we learned something new.
Hey, I'm out of Johnny. Let me go get some Johnny.
No, you cannot go get you some Johnny, man.
Sorry, man.
Listen, hey,
Hey,
this is the first time I done seen Todd and Ward just quiet.
Welcome to the Dub, number one high school podcast starring Pat Motizi, Jeremy McGinnis, Whitfield Roderick, Coach Carr, and Ron Riser.
Say, man, I don't know
Let
where
y'all
that
handle
came
that,
from.
man. Y'all pick up. Hey, Coach Todd, welcome to the show, man. You got something to say?
What's up?
Woo, Lord.
Say, man.
Just another Sunday night on the Dub.
Say, J Mac.
Hey, y'all Sunday nights be awesome.
Man, y'all heard that?
I ain't watching
Man.
Wednesdays no more, man. I'm on strike for Wednesdays.
Oh man, you gonna boycott me, Ward?
I'm boycotting you, Pat. Your
Did I
shows
hear that
ain't
right? Hey, but did I hear that right? Did I hear that right? Did I try to move that man to running back?
Did y'all try to do that? God damn.
So
Say,
so,
man.
so listen. So I that's the one thing because it's hard in a setting like this to address everything because perception is reality a lot of times, right?
Yeah.
And the explanation of that, B-Rod, you're gonna see what I'm saying because it really goes back to how him and Will conversation was going, right? Because when you see something that you want to see, or if you already got a preconceived notion, you kind of find things. So the day he's talking about, the first day that the kid came out in the athletic period, they was going over plays offensively. And the focus was the wideouts. It was two quarterbacks out there at the time. One quarterback was in basketball. One quarterback was something else. So you had the quarterback from last year and him. So the backs weren't out there. So he had the kids stand. The OC had the kids stand. Well, one of the OCs had the kids stand in as a running back. And the teaching was to the wideouts. He didn't never come back after that day, fam.
Oh,
Hey.
that's why he left then. That's why he left.
Hey,
No. I mean, he wanted to
I'm
stay.
just being.
He
I
wanted to stay.
can't speculate on that.
Yeah,
I can't speculate on it.
Yeah,
But
okay,
I'm just telling you, the kid wasn't moved to running back. I think it was just, it was. I think it was.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, it was a perception thing. Like they felt like, no, I think he can't. They didn't feel welcome or whatever or however. But
Yeah,
he wasn't moved to running back.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
hey, let me say something real quick to Todd and Cal about the situation. And this is my honest take on it. And I'm pretty sure we'll see how y'all feel. To me, bro, y'all situation with that situation is compared to the 49ers with Trey Lance and Brock Purdy. I mean, we know the situation. Lance went down week 2. Jimmy went down week 5. Brock Purdy took them all the way to the NFC Championship game. So this year coming up, they got a decision to make. Do you go with the hot hand, which is Brock Purdy, or do you turn back to Trey Lance? Now fast forward to y'all. Y'all got a quarterback who stepped in the middle of the season and led y'all to the promised land. So I don't know why people think that they just gonna come over there and just move him.
Yeah,
like that's my point. So I'm comparing Will y'all will, to a Brock Purdy. He stepped in and he took her his fucking job. So why you want to transfer your child over there and try to take, you know what I'm saying, some shit he did?
This just
That
my
was my
opinion on
fault.
that. This just my opinion on that. Like he said, he wants to stay. He's a fan. He did his thing. If I'm a parent and I transfer my kid to a school that Warren State, I see something. I mean, I'm not speaking for myself. I'm just, I wouldn't never transfer him to soccer in the first place. And my quarterback just Warren State. You're not going to see no quarterbacks transferring to Duncanville right now, or even DeSoto,
Nope.
or Lang. You ain't seen nobody going to transfer to Lancaster. If they are, it's something they see. It's gonna be real, man.
I mean, let's.
But Will, he's the starting quarterback.
So you want to be real? You know what he saw?
Well,
an opportunity to win a state championship. That's what he saw.
He's on opportunities to be a starting quarterback.
Nah.
Well, you know what the daddy saw? He saw opportunity. What's the kid that was at Duncanville? That left Duncanville after the state championship game, went to Red Oak, and then went to Mississippi. Hell, then he go to Mississippi or Tennessee.
This is another goddamn Chris
He
Parsons
went to
2.0.
Mississippi State though.
Huh?
He was an early grad. He was there this spring.
This is another Chris Parsons 2.0.
Chris Parsons,
right?
Yeah. Chris Parsons. He's Chris Parsons' dad.
But all right, so here's my thing, man. I just got to ask this question because I was just listening to him. He said the kid that went to Texas Tech, his son is the reason why he went to Texas Tech.
Right.
Right. So everything is my son, and the only question that I needed to ask, because it's simple, man. If you're gonna do this now, you're gonna do this later. Right? Like it's gonna keep happening. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm in a situation where you say he wasn't getting everything he want, but he was mad because he wasn't all district. What was their overall record?
Shit. Let me look. I got you.
They were like
I do
5-5.
want to say this.
But
let's not
they
take
weren't
shots
a bad
at
team,
him.
though.
I want to say let's
No,
not
no,
take
no.
shots at the guy because
We're not.
he's a
We're
dad.
not.
He's a dad. He thought he was doing what's best for his son, whether you agree with it or not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to take no shots at him because, hey man, he just a man that love his kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
and I get that.
Hey, don't get me wrong. That kid is fucking talented. He's good. He's good. No, there's no doubt about it. That kid is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
By the way, they
He
were
went
6-5. They were 6-5 last year.
Okay.
That kid was damn good.
okay, did you have anything, Todd? I don't know if you said anything or not. You just been chilling. and I know you ain't watching all this smoke and ain't got not one thing to say.
Mike, please.
Man, I'm just letting people talk, man. I ain't. I just letting people talk. Shit.
I feel you, Coach.
I feel you, Coach, man. I didn't know. I mean, I put the link. That's the thing. I got the link to the show in the chat on Facebook. So anybody can click on it. And I tell you, if you got something on your chest, you want to get off, you're welcome to come on. So that's where that comes from.
Oh,
I think all Coach. All Coach Carr was saying, what happened if your son get his spot? What you gonna do? Or are you gonna move? That's what Coach Carr was trying to go with it. But the dad saw something different. I mean, it was just a misunderstanding. But that was Coach Carr would come from. Like, hey, what is your son? For some reason, get his spot to it. Then what is
He basically saying, "Are you Chris Parsons 2.0?"
Yeah, that's all he was saying. That's all Coach Carr was getting.
I don't think he understood what, because I kind of felt what Will was saying. Not even in college. Because my question was, and Sam Senior will tell you, we talked. I was like, well, what's gonna happen if your son don't play? Period. His senior year. You see what I'm saying? So you got to look at all this. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, and these are the choices that we make. You know, parents make. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it, man. I get it. But I don't wish him nothing but the best. He out at the
we all do. We wish him nothing but the best, man.
And I think he gonna do fine. Matter of fact, I might make a trip. You know, my people in Mississippi, so that ain't nothing for me.
Hey, we're gonna invite him to the battle of the bigs to go head up against Coach Carr.
Yeah, bring the Mississippi linemen on down. Let's see what they do.
Hey, Courtney said he's from Chucalissa.
That damn Courtney, dog. I want to say, man, you get into it with them Sox fans, you're in trouble.
Say, speaking of which, that goddamn Lamont Ellison this week, say, man.
Man.
He had Brian.
Lamont was on one. I love it.
He's on fire.
He had me at work in tears, dude.
Yes, sir. We're gonna have to play that on the show, what he did on Wednesday, and see if we can download it.
Oh yeah, but yeah. I definitely want to get that video because Lamont is kind of he be off the chain, man. He been on sock. And I just want to tell you, Ty, man, I saw you be jumping on me, man, but I gotta defend myself against Gary Bird. I can't just let Gary Bird get off on me.
Nah, I thought the question was, I thought he just asked
been you up lately.
I thought he just asked who how the 6A meet went.
He did, but I just felt like I wanted to say something crazy, but I can't help it because he represents Sox. So every time I do a comeback, it's gonna be on Sox. It ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just gotta stay out of shit, man.
No, you good, man. You know, you always I just want you to know where it's coming from. It ain't me.
Yeah.
It's just me shooting slugs at Gary.
You better leave Gary alone. He'll come over to history 5 years ago.
But I be wondering, J-Man, like, why y'all don't get Cole Brookers a hard time when they don't win?
Hey, man, I do. They actually coming on the show. We got a special guest. We might have to clean up, man. We got a guest coming on, man. We about to clean up a little bit.
Who is that?
Cause when my man Tommy Egan come in, you know what I'm saying? We got to be right.
Man, shut the hell up. Man. It's the off season.
Ooh, been a minute.
30 years.
Man.
What up, man?
The man.
What up, man?
I was just watching the entertainment, man. I was just watching this. I was just a interested spectator, just like the rest of y'all.
Hey, man, do you even have a thought on what just happened?
I mean, I let the word speak for itself. I don't need to add nothing to it because it'll just dilute it. I don't need to dilute anything. So.
Hey, I got a quick question for you.
Hey, why Todd bail out, man? What the hell? I feel man, Todd bailed on me, man. I just want to say
Todd
bailed. Oh, damn.
There you go.
Upside down. Todd upside down. There he is.
No, I'm back. Shit, I had to go.
Hey, I got a quick question for you. Have you been to the Cedar Hill practices or seen anything with Coach Nick Ward there?
No, I have. I just got back to Texas on Sunday, so I've been up in the Great North, putting the magazine together.
Okay, I just want to find out. Oh yeah, you've been in Canada.
Yeah.
When you go, go ahead.
No, I'll say, but I've been keeping up with everything, reading up on all the teams and stuff. So now that I'm back, I'll be getting out a little bit more and seeing a few things. But haven't been out to Cedar Hill or anything.
Okay, when you go by there, I need you to find out what happened to the State of Cedar Hill program. I know they used to be sponsored by Under Armour, maybe still is. Bruh, I seen kids practicing in uniforms that had to be from the 90s. I don't know what the hell is going on over at Cedar Hill. I got to talk to Coach Nick Ward about that, but he had them practicing in uniforms my homeboy played in back in the 90s. So
maybe they gotta earn them nice practice uniforms.
Damn, bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Don't get you no nice uniforms. You gotta earn them.
I've never seen that before. Them uniforms were so damn old. I thought I wasn't at Cedar Hill. I'm like, what the hell is going on out here?
Well, you only win 2 games. What you wearing nice shit for? Now, I got a real question for you. My man, I keep wanting to call you Tommy Egan, but I ain't gonna do it to you, Matt. I ain't gonna do it to you no more, man.
I'll take it as a compliment.
It is a compliment, because Egan, that's my favorite show on Powers.
That's my dog.
But no, like the real question I got for you is Nick Ward the better looking Ward, brother?
They look the same. You know, both of them look. You know, they look the same to me. They just football coaches.
Hey, man,
It's Mother's Day, so I want they're dudes. So hey, they
I told y'all I got the brains, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna say one thing about Nick. I was there with my son who was being a roving reporter for me that day. And Nick was so damn accommodating. I think he forgot they was practicing and talked to me for about 25 minutes. It was crazy, but he was awesome, man. So great coach over there. I think they're gonna do great things over there.
Hey, I know.
I'm excited for him. I really am. I'm excited.
I know one thing though. Only one of them got rings.
Man, what did Nick do to you?
Hey,
Man, he got the man on the show. Can we get the man on the show?
He got a 6A Georgia State championship ring though.
Oh, talk that talk.
Talk that talk.
Look, and as a matter of fact, he still got a Georgia area code on his phone. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they won state. I think 2 years at North Gwinnett.
And he got a hell of a coaching staff
like,
too.
To compare, it's like South Lake to Dallas. If that
Gwinnett, gotcha.
Hey, we're gonna take one pause. I gotta play this in honor of my man Matt Stepp. Hold on.
Swaggy Wit of the Dubs standing here live with the one and only, the guru of high school, the one and only, the best, Matt Stepp.
Matt, before we get into this game right now, let's talk about last night, man. Let's talk about the South Oak Cliff. Can Warwick come back in the second half and did what they did?
Gotta give credit to South Oak Cliff and the Golden Bears coaching staff. Made some key adjustments towards the end of the second quarter and the second half to kind of open the offense up. Credit to PNG. The first half, they really did a good job bottling the sock up. I thought the second half, the defensive adjustments against the PNG run game and the big plays from the sock defense turned the game around. So credit to Coach Todd and the coaching staff there at South Oak Cliff. Two-time Todd with the back-to-back state titles and South Oak Cliff's second state championship. Congratulations, those guys, well earned.
And point forward to this game today, you seen DeSoto last week against Denton Geyer, and you seen what Vandergrift did to Katy. What do you think both teams' keys to victory is today? Starting with DeSoto.
I think DeSoto needs to take care of the football and let their guys do work in space. I don't think Vandergrift's going to be able to cover the DeSoto passing game. So I think as long as DeSoto protects DJ Bailey, doesn't turn the football over, they should be able to move the ball offensively. Vandergrift's got a good offense. They have a good quarterback, a good receiver. They're good up front. I think the key for DeSoto is going to be take away Vandergrift's running game, make him one-dimensional, and then tee off on the quarterback when they try to drop back the pass.
This been Swaggy Wit live with Daze Campbell, one and only, Matt Stepp. Hey, go download the app. Go follow the podcast.
Shout out to the Dub.
That was a Swaggy Wit production.
I feel like that analysis was pretty spot on that DeSoto
right,
game.
You hit it
I feel
right.
like that
You
was
right
pretty.
about it.
That's why they paid the big bucks.
So let's get to the real.
We got the trophy.
Hey, let's get to the real. What happened behind the scenes with Swaggy? Why is Swaggy back? We air it all out, and then he just pop back up, ready to jump in front of Will and swing. What y'all fill in there? Y'all fill in the space for us, because last time I saw it was I'm Bobby Brown, and they ain't shit without me. So
hey, we dropped the interview last Wednesday with him explaining it.
I was really concerned about it myself.
I was very concerned, and now he just popping. See, y'all playing games with us, man. That ain't right.
Hey, man,
no, we dropped the interview on Wednesday.
We're gonna let
we don't want no interview, Pat. We right here, right now. We don't want no interview. Ain't no scripted. Let's do another take stuff right now. Y'all explain what happened. Swaggy gonna say his piece, then J Mac, then Will. We're gonna work all the way back to your politically correct ass. Swaggy, go.
You want the whole truth?
Let's go, Swaggy.
All right, the whole truth is this. My ego. I'm not gonna say, no, this is serious. I'm not gonna say who it was. I don't want to throw that other, but somebody else approached me about joining them, and it was just a lot of,
you ain't never got a problem saying nothing else. Come on, give it to us. This is
I'm telling you.
Breaking news. Who?
I ain't gonna say who, but it was a lot of just, behind the scenes commotion, about, and my ego got the best of me, man. And so I almost left my brothers for, somebody else, but just thank God, you know what I'm saying, that I was able to talk to J Mac, Pat, Will, Brian, all of them. And hey, I'm here, bro.
So what they say? We getting tired of your shit, Swaggy. And we gonna let you back. But we gonna keep going through this shit every goddamn week.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no like, friendly conversation where, it was grown man conversation. Like I spoke with Bo Teasy, for example. He's the founder of the group, so he let me know, say, man, you in or out. Like you can't be in 1 minute and out the next. Like you gotta be all the way in or all the way out. And same thing with J Mac, like I love you, J Mac, like I love you as a brother, bro. But
man, y'all should have been.
We trying to build. We trying to build something.
Y'all should be the same, man, like New Jack City, man.
Same.
I'll be honest, bro.
Roz and Will, they were like, "Hey, man, we trying to build something, so you can't keep just quitting every week. Something don't go your way." So that's where it at, bro. So I'm here. I ain't going nowhere.
Hey, Lamar Ellison, drop that New Jack City. Drop that New Jack City. You know what I'm talking about.
And Coach Ty, I say my P. I'm like the Tony Yayo of the group. I'm in the. I'm like Tony Yayo, the G Unit. I don't say much, man. I did talk to him though. He all right. So he a little bipolar, man. You know how that is.
I will say this though, bro. You hang with the wrong. This will be real. What I'm about to say. You hang with the wrong set of people, bro. Outside of your brothers, people start filling your head up, bro. Swag, you better than them, bro. You the dub. You this and that. Man, I was being real about it.
Swaggy ain't been the same since this white man hugged him. I'm just gonna be honest. He ain't been the same. Whoever know who this guy is, that's who we blaming.
The funny thing about it,
man.
That's why I was about to join.
I already know.
I already know.
But I'm done for life, bro. I ain't going nowhere.
Hey man, you sound like Bobby Bryan.
Hey, J Mac, you can't drop that Swaggy. You can't drop that Temptation, can you?
No, I got to get him to send it to me. We'll have it for the next show.
All right.
But now, man, we got to get back on track. We know, Swaggy gonna do what Swaggy do, man, and we can't. Y'all, if y'all notice, we did none of the members trip. We just went with it because we know Swaggy gonna do what Swaggy do. But we want y'all to be on the lookout because Dub basketball is coming. That's Swaggy thing. So
yeah, me and Doug Grace, we gotta
get Doug. I saw Doug in the chat. Doug, I hope
me and Doug gonna do our thing.
Yeah. So Doug gonna be there.
I'm gonna be a part of it too. I like basketball too.
Are you gonna be a part of it, Brian?
Yeah, I like that. But say Swaggy. I'm letting you know now. If Faith Family be caught again, don't come trying to cuss everybody out. Talking about hey, bro.
I really want you to.
But
first of all, they going to 5-8. They ain't worried about that.
Hold on, because I'm gonna have some. I got issues on basketball. Okay, all right. So if they're gonna do any movie scene, they need to do the 5 Heartbeats. When Eddie Kane was trying to sing his way back to the group.
I like that.
Hey, nice like this. I wish.
Voice just rigged. All right, Lamar, that's your assignment.
Yes.
Hold on. What Doug saying? What you say, Doug?
Not this year. Well, Doug, that means you just don't want to be part of it, my brother.
Hold on, but
me and Brian can handle it.
I like basketball too. I love hockey basketball.
Hey, Brian, what he just told you is he gonna go to every game that Carter played. So he ain't gonna go visit nobody else.
I will.
He's only going to Carter games.
No, we can't do that.
But that's what he gonna do.
So it's gonna be whoever Carter playing.
It's gonna be a Carter Basketball Weekly show.
No. One thing I will say. Swag no basketball. I mean, he at the AAU tournaments every weekend.
He is.
Coach, we talking about where he gonna go to games at, Coach. He only gonna go watch Carter play.
Oh no, Doug.
Basketball and football.
No, we got swag, man. Let's get back on track. Can we get
hear
off
me,
swag,
J-Man?
man?
Yeah, let's get back on track.
Yeah, man. You know I
Let's
gotta
get
get
back on
J-Man.
track, man. Cause we got Matt here. I don't want to waste having Matt here by talking about swaggy and basketball.
Wow. I'm just glad Swaggy's back. That's all. I'm just glad he's back, man. That's I was concerned. I'm glad. I'm glad the team is back together again. The Super
right.
Friends are rejoined.
Yeah, no more egos. I'm gonna let that, yo.
Hey, speaking of which, man, hey, how's I know you was out of East Texas, man. How did that 7-on-7 tournament go?
Oh, it was cool. I was out there. And I went to a damn baseball game with John King Friday night at Longview, so that was pretty cool. That was good.
Saw the great Taylor Tatum.
Yeah, man, that dude can play some baseball, man. I think that dude like legit is a college baseball player. Like he can play. I thought, I didn't know he was that good at baseball. I thought he was just kind of on the team. And he's like, he hits leadoff, plays center field. He can play, man. He's really good. He's just a great athlete. And guys like that can put their mind to it. They can do whatever. I think Longview's still alive in the playoffs too. They do all right. So then I went over to Kilgore Saturday, watched a little East Texas 7-on-7 in Kilgore, talked to some coaches, watched some kids play. It was good. It was kind of good to be back out there. I'll be down in Houston this week. I'm gonna go check out Camp Houston for you, Todd. I'm gonna go check it out Saturday. I'm gonna go check it out for the big event in July.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be at the Ghost Bar now though.
Oh, is it the Ghost Bar?
Yeah. Check that out too then.
All right then. I'm on it. I'm on it.
Hey, Matt, are you gonna check out the Will Biggs and what is it, Will?
Biggs Barbecue.
I'm gonna try. I gotta see what my 7-on-7 schedule looks like that week, because I may have to do state qualifying tournaments. But if I can make both, I'll try to double dip. I'm all about that. I'll try to catch as much as I can. So and obviously support Will's event. So I'm gonna try to make it out if I can.
Hey Matt, quick question. What have you seen, man, that just kind of like shocked you that you can't wait to see when this fall come around?
Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know if it shocked me, but just when I really go through the question, because when I prep for the magazine, I do a lot of the DFW teams. So in the Metroplex, I do a lot of the capsules. So I really look at teams maybe that return a lot or have. I really like teams who bring a lot back in the trenches. So teams that are good up front on both sides of the ball. I try to find those teams that are ready to take a step forward next year. Maybe they were 5-5, 4-6 last year, and they got a lot back. Those are the kind of teams that I really like to watch out for and kind of see what's happening. So that's I think it's off top. I got so much damn information floating around in my head right now. I know over on Tarrant County, I think Eaton is going to be really, really improved this year. They got a D1 quarterback. They bring back, I think, 18 starters. Obviously in the Dallas area, southern sector, everybody brings back a lot. So I don't think it's really going to be any surprise teams there. I do have some concerns about Waxahachie just because they graduated so heavy last year. I wonder if they're going to be able to repeat what they did last year just because of how young they're going to be at some key spots. I think defensively they'll be fine, but offensively they got to replace a lot, and that district is really tough. So, I think that's going to be something I'm watching out for. And then I expect Mesquite Horn to take a step forward, in year two. A lot of times coaches in their second year really, really take a step forward. So, and in Dallas ISD, I think, especially with Kimball and Seagoville, can they take a step forward? Obviously the standard has been set with South Oak Cliff. So can Kimball and Seagoville, teams like that who bring a lot back, can they take the next step and be competitive? So those are kind of some of the early things that I'm watching out for.
I got a question, man, and I'm glad. Shout out to Coach G. Coach G, why you ain't on the show, man? Sunday nights you got an open invitation. You need to be down here. But about Vandergrift, because I heard Vandergrift on they don't have some move-ins and whatnot. Are you thinking they're gonna be more formidable next year?
I think they'll be more formidable at the skill positions, but they lose some guys up front. Man, they lost a DN that's at SMU now. They lost a offensive lineman committed to Clemson. So we get enamored with the skill guys because those are the guys that make headlines, but they got some replacing to do in the trenches, and that's where they were really good last year. Obviously, Deuce Adams is committed to Louisville, and he's a great player. His twin brother's a good receiver, and then Mark Henry's son, Jacob Henry, transferred in from Lake Travis. He's going to help on the defensive line, but I don't know if he's a difference maker type kid like that defensive end that went to SMU. So, yeah, I think Vandegrift's going to be good, and they're probably the favorite on that side of the bracket because Katie's not really the same right now. So, but it remains to be seen if they can beat whoever comes out of Region 1, Region 2, which the favorite is DeSoto.
Right.
Hey,
So
Matt.
go ahead.
Hey, Matt. I'm hearing out the grapevine there's a new team in 4A about to take by storm. I heard Panther Creek is gonna be the team to beat this year.
They're gonna be better because they didn't have any seniors last year, so they'll be a lot better. They bring back every player from last, just like Emerson, just like Frisco Emerson, right? Frisco Emerson brings back everybody. So yeah, if you bring back everybody, I expect you to be better. I don't know if they're really at that level to compete with even Salina inside of their district, and that kind of thing. It remains to be seen for me what Panther, because they're still a new school, and again, up front, that's the issue with Emerson, right? Emerson's really good to skill spots, but up front, can they hang? Can they battle?
It's a lot of people saying. No, go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
It's the same thing with Panther Creek. I think Panther Creek skill kids are really good, but can they hold up front against teams like Salina and China Spring? The teams they would have to beat in order to be a threat in their region. That's the big challenge for me when it comes to teams like that.
And I also, I'll real quick, Jay, and I also snuck out to Frisco this past week to watch Lone Star spring game. They look damn good.
Yeah, they got an established program. Panther Creek, a lot of those kids, Panther Creek pulled from Lone Star. That's a lot of Lone Star. What used to be zoned to Lone Star is now zoned to Panther Creek. So Lone Star, I don't think their depth is where it used to be when they were like making their deep playoff runs, but they're still frontline talent is as good as anyone on that side of the Metroplex.
They don't have that go-to player this year like they normally have, like the Marvin Mims, that
Ashton Jean-T.
Yeah, they don't have that this year though. They have just a team this year. Connors, the quarterback, he looked pretty decent.
So Matt, with that Frisco Everman team, with the transfer of the quarterback and his brother, do you think they can actually be a state finalist team, or you think they still got some ways to go?
No, I think they still got ways to go. I mean, quarterback transfers is just it's boom or bust, man. The quarterback is such a unique position. It's not like a wide receiver that comes in and he can kind of rotate in. Nobody rotates quarterbacks really. Not for the most part. Quarterback is but most people don't, right? I mean, you're the head of the snake. You're the guy, and so that changes when you have a new quarterback come in. It completely changes. A lot of times, it completely changes the dynamic of the team. So.
Right.
Mike Hawkins is a great player, but is he going to be a great player with the supporting cast at Frisco Emerson? I think he will, but you just never know. It's quarterback's one of the most unique positions in sports because it's not like it's different. So I don't think Emerson's good enough up front to take out Argyle in the inside of their own district, but I think Emerson can make the playoffs and I think they can win. Play around Thanksgiving. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, since we brought it up,
but
man,
also they got to worry about Independence also in that district.
I think Independence. I think they're gonna be way down. They lost a lot. They graduated heavy, and their JV was 2-8, and they bring back like 3 starters. So I think Independence is probably going to be in for some rebuilding.
Here go my last question. I'm gonna let J Mac see what he got to say.
No, go ahead.
Who challenges South Oak Cliff?
In 5A.
Nobody.
I think the team that's best equipped to, and I've talked to Ward about this, I know. I think on paper, the team that's best equipped to challenge South Oak Cliff, to me, there's 2 teams. I think it's Mansfield Summit and Melissa, because I think that the reason why they can challenge South Oak Cliff is because they're pretty good up front, and they're not weak up front. So I think those are the reasons why I think they could challenge South Oak Cliff. I mean, but to be the champ, you got to beat the champ too. And so that they're right now, South Oak Cliff's earned that. So until they're, it's the Ric Flair principle, right? To be the man, you got to beat the man. So, but I think, Melissa and Mansfield Summit are probably the 2 teams because they up front, they're pretty good.
So you don't think the
Hey,
E block?
No.
What about
I don't
your-
think the E block? No. I wish.
Oh yeah.
I'm a homer. I'm a homer, but I'm also a realist. So
Come on,
So,
man. You gotta have
hold
faith
on,
in E-block, man.
Now they are returning their quarterback, which is they got a good quarterback. They're
he's a
returning
good.
their
He's a
quarterback.
good player. Yeah, I'm glad that he's getting healthy. He had a pretty bad knee injury in the playoff loss to Terrell. I'm glad that he's rehabbing and he'll be back. He'll be back soon. He's a great player. He's probably the best quarterback we've had in 20 years at ever. Probably since we won state. Probably we had since our back-to-back state championship team.
So what are they missing up front?
Up front in depth, they're just not very deep. They got a lot of guys that play both ways. There's the depth is not there, in my opinion.
Because they got the speed. I mean, they got the speed for sure.
Yeah, they got good team speed, but up front, and they're not deep enough. They got a lot of guys have to play both ways, especially in the trenches. And when you can't play guys both ways, there's a big drop off. So that's where the depth comes in, to me, in my opinion.
So tell me this. I got a couple questions. I just want quick hitters. It's up to you if you want to answer it or not. But can Lancaster beat Longview?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. They're talented enough too. Now, will they is another question, but they can.
I think so too.
Now, can the winner of that game beat Alito?
They can, yeah. They can, but Alito, Ric Flair principle, right? Alito proved it last year. They beat Longview. They played the bully and beat them 17-14. And that was, the proof is in the pudding too. So you gotta respect it.
And the funny thing about it.
Can they beat Reedy first?
You know the funny thing about that. Everybody likes to point towards Lancaster and Longview, but I think a lot of people is overlooking that dark horse that's out there on 741, which is Forney. People about to keep an eye on Forney.
I like Timberview, man.
Hey, Timberview's really good too. They're obviously going through a coaching transition now, so it remains to be seen how that affects them. They haven't hired a coach yet. Do they keep it internal? They've had success. Do they promote the guy that's been there and a part of their success, or do they try to go outside? And they also did spring football. So now you hire in a guy from the outside after going through spring football. Now does he get to install what he wants to install, or is he stuck with what they've been doing because they went through spring football? So there's a lot of variables there with Timberview, along with graduating a really good senior class. So Timberview's always talented. They're always in the mix, but there's some variables there that have thrown that equation off, in my opinion.
I got a good one for you.
I think Forney is still a couple years away.
I think there's a clear delineation in that district. You got Lancaster and Longview, and then I think you've got Forney and McKinney North, and I think Lufkin's going to be a lot better this year, man. Keep an eye on Lufkin, man. They were young last year. They got some young cats coming. They'll be in the mix too. So I think it's a tier system in that district. It's Lancaster and Longview, and then you got kind of a middle there. But those guys, I don't think are at that level to compete with Lancaster and Longview.
Right. Now, do you think that district is the best district of running backs out of the state of Texas? I actually think it is. They got
because of Forney running back too. Yeah.
I mean, it's a loaded district with the Longview kid, the Lancaster kid, the Forney kid. Lufkin's got a kid. Tyler, I'm sure, is going to have a kid. It's
they got McPhail, right?
Is McFall still there? Yeah, I guess he is. He's more of an athlete. But they got a new coach too, so I'll be interested to see what Rashawn Woods does with him. Do they move him around, or they keep him at a position and let him kind of stay and be a guy at a certain position? So, but it's a great district. I mean, it's a lot of great players in the district. It's a fun district to watch.
I got a question for B. Riser real quick. Hey, Riser.
What's up?
Who win the most games, Skyline or Cedar Hill?
Shout out to Coach Coleman. Even though Coach Coleman was talking bad about me a while ago, I'm still taking Skyline.
No, you know what? I'm gonna go with Skyline, man. I'm gonna go with Skyline, and I'm gonna say what?
They're in the same district, right?
I'm gonna say Skyline, and I'm gonna say Skyline to beat Cedar Hill. I'm gonna say Skyline, man.
Hey, but then last year, we have whoever won that game got the
got the first pick of the transfer portal.
Yeah, the transfer portal. Yeah.
Say swag it. You know what? I'm gonna go Skyline, man. I'm gonna say Skyline.
I'm gonna
Who
go.
y'all
Cedar
got?
Hill.
Hold on, let his ass tired. He sure been over there chilling, and he ain't offered us none of that chicken. Ty, who you got? Shout out to Cedar Hill.
Shit, hell, I don't know. I think Cedar Hill got.
Cedar Hill got that damn schedule.
Yes,
They're all in the same district, aren't they?
Yeah.
Non-district schedule, man. Cedar Hill's non-district
they
schedule.
gonna
Brutal.
I
Yeah,
think
Cedar
Cedar
Hill
Hill going. I think Cedar Hill is gonna have a little more talent. You know what I'm saying? All the way across. You know, even
Who's
with the
Skyline
tough
playing
schedule.
in the district?
Hell, don't Cedar Hill play North Shore to start the season?
What?
Nah, they played Rockwall, Martin, and South Lake Carroll.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I could have swore he said he was taking on a challenge like that, but yeah.
I know Skyline plays Lancaster. I can't remember who else they play in non-district.
Okay.
I think they play like Lancaster, Lakeview, and one of the Frisco schools. I think
They're gonna beat Frisco. Skyline's gonna beat Frisco Independence. I'm calling that right now. They'll beat Frisco Independence. Skyline gonna beat the
So you
Independence.
saying Skyline gonna have a better record this year?
Don't you basically say it?
I think they're gonna have a better non-district record. Yeah. I think they're gonna
What
have a
about
better non-district record.
Who's gonna have the best record?
I would give the edge to Cedar Hill. I think they both might finish with the same record. Cedar Hill may have a winner more in district, but I think Skyline will have a winner more in non-district. Skyline's got a more favorable non-district schedule. I could see them both going like 3-7.
Damn.
I think they both gonna shock the world.
I think they all
go what?
5-5.
Win more games than one last year.
I hate them.
That's 3-7, right?
3-7, right there. 3-7.
Damn.
That's improvement.
All right, man.
That's improvement.
All right, man. One last question for you, Matt. Be honest. What do you think about my Lake Ridge? What do you think we're gonna do this year?
He's talking.
You all right, Ward?
Come on,
Ward, you good?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Lake Ridge going 1-9.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough year for Lake Ridge, man. That's gonna be
Damn, Brian.
I mean,
they still got the same defensive coordinator? Because good Lord.
Damn.
Just don't be around B. Rise when they play Duck.
I think Lake Ridge probably, kind of like last year, 4-6, 3-7. They got a pretty favorable non-district schedule too. I think they can get a couple of wins in non-district, but district wins will be tough to come by. I say 3-7, 4-6.
I got a good one for you, Matt. This is gonna be a real good one. Which one of these teams give Duncanville the hardest challenge? Louisville or North Crowley?
I think Louisville would match up a little bit better with Duncanville, but I think if Louisville and North Crowley play, I might pick North Crowley if that makes sense.
I do.
Because Louisville is better up front, I think, than North Crowley right now. But I think North Crowley, if they play Louisville, I would pick North Crowley. I'm not sure Louisville's explosive enough. Football is a lot. Some teams match up differently with each other. So I think Louisville would probably match up a little bit better with Duncanville. But that don't mean match up better, right? I would still pick Duncanville by 4 touchdowns probably. It's what it is. In 6A D1, it's Duncanville and North Shore, and then it's a gap. I mean, that level of football that Duncanville and North Shore played last year, that nobody else in Texas is playing that kind of football. That's a different game than what everybody. Just the size and the speed and the coaching. I mean, those two teams have so much up front and so many kids that they're playing a different game, really, to me. If you watch that Duncanville North Shore game and then watch DeSoto, and that's no, I'm not throwing shade at DeSoto, but DeSoto Vandergrift and then go watch Duncanville and North Shore. That's two different sports almost. Like it's a different game.
Don't say that to Lamont Ellison.
I mean, it is what it is. Go watch that game and go stand on the sideline when Duncanville and the North Shore are beating the shit out of each other. That's a different level of football. Like that kind of football. Yeah, that's different. The game, you could be blind and just listen to the sound of that game and listen to the sound of it sounds completely different. It's a different.
All right, so Matt, I got a question for you. A couple of questions, but the first one is: did you go to the Sock Duncanville game?
No, I was in San Antonio. I watched it on ESPN in the press box.
Okay. Did you we was on a couple of weeks ago, we was talking about elite programs, right?
Yeah.
And who's elite and who's not elite. And I think a lot of people get the difference between dynasties and elite programs.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can be an elite program and not be a dynasty because you haven't done it long enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But your success and what you've done makes you an elite program right now versus everybody else. So tell me, Matt, who you think the elite programs are and the programs that are dynasty programs.
So I was talking to Ward about this after they had the conversation. I view high school football like boxing. Like there's weight classes, right? So when I look at Sugar Ray Leonard, right? Sugar Ray Leonard is elite in his weight class. Could he pop up a weight class or two and win a fight, one or two fights occasionally? Yeah, he could because he's elite. Right. But like full time, he couldn't do that because eventually it would wear and tear on him. So like we talk about Sock, right? And people are trying to compare Sock to DeSoto and Duncanville. You can't compare them because they're different weight classes. You know, if Sock, they don't have that many kids. So could Sock pop up and play Duncanville, DeSoto in a one-game scenario and be competitive and possibly beat them? Heck yeah, they could, especially last year's team, I think. But I don't know, you know, but could you ask Sock to play a whole 10-game schedule against teams like Duncanville, DeSoto? That would probably wear him out, and get to 6 games, 6 or 7 injuries, the toll would take on him. So I think Sock is elite in Class 5A Division II. Alito is elite and a dynasty in 5A Division I. Duncanville is elite in 6A Division I. North Shore is elite in 6A Division I. Austin Westlake is a dynasty. You know, South Lake Carroll is a dynasty program. I think you want to. I think you want to be both, right? It's hard to be both because that being a dynasty takes time, and I think you have to have. To me, I guess to be qualified as a dynasty, it needs to be 5 to 10 years of sustained elite success to really get in that dynasty category.
Right. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Did Sock win?
Yeah, I mean it's subjective, right? I mean it's a really subjective thing, you know. But yeah, I think you got to sustain. Yeah, it's hard to have an elite class come through, but the dynasties do it class over class over class over years, and they have continuity and they have a system, and that's where a lot of the inner city schools haven't. It's hard for them to have that success because they keep changing coaches. They don't let coaches. You have to let a coaching staff and coaches fail. Like you have to let them fail and be patient. We live in a microwave society where we want everything right now. We want it instantly. And if you lose in the third round of the playoffs, or clearly you can't coach, we need to get another coach in here and that kind of thing. I think you have to let guys grow and grow in their careers and let them fail. You learn from failure, you know. And so that's why I think what South Oak Cliff has done is it's been because they have continuity on their staff. That's been a big key.
Hey, Todd.
Yeah.
You won both divisions, right?
No, we only won Division II.
Okay.
Alito was in Division II the year before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had to get them on up and out of there.
We might see Alito in Class 6A. I mean, they're growing. It's growth like crazy. But I mean, I think, like I said, I do think classifications matter. I mean, there's a reason the UIL has classifications because it does matter. You know, I mean,
depth, right? You know? It's the depth.
Hey, Matt. Speaking of which, have you heard anything about that DeSoto 5A situation?
Yeah, I mean, that's a real possibility, man. Like their enrollment has dropped. You look at it, go on TEA website and look, like their enrollment's gone down. There's no question. You know, it's going. Wow. You know, we'll see in October when Snapshot Day comes around, but it's going to be close. It's going to be close. I mean, it's not. You know, it's not some outlandish like crazy people thinking to say DeSoto is going to be 5A Division I next time. It's a real possibility. Their enrollment has dropped.
Let me ask this.
Do they have? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kyle.
Go ahead, Coach.
Matt, how big of a difference do you think it is between 6A Division II currently and 5A Division I?
It's not a big
Region 2.
Yeah, it's not a huge difference. Like it's really close. You know, I think Alito, for example, could pop up to 6A Division II, and I think be right there in the mix. You know, the year Cedar Hill played with Salter and they played for a state championship, man, Alito pushed them to the limit, and they were 5A Division II at the time. So You know, I don't think there's a huge difference between 6A D2 and 5A D1. When you're talking one division, there's not a huge difference until you get to 6A. Like there's 6A D1 and 6A D2 is a big difference there. But that difference between 5A D1 and 6A D2 isn't really that large.
I think personally, to me, man, and I ain't throwing no shade to the 6A level, but I think 5A Division 1 and 2 is both tougher than 6A Division 2.
I don't think so.
You don't?
So
I think
so
it's about being top heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just my personal opinion. I think
we
if
forget
you go to
6A
top five
D2.
teams- Go ahead, man.
I was like 6A D2. You got I mean, we kind of crap on Geyer because of how DeSoto handled him last year. Geyer was really good last year. And South Lake Carroll and Byron Nelson and like DeSoto, Pflugerville Weiss in the first round of the playoffs. That was a good team down in Austin that DeSoto had to play. Like there's good people in 6A D2, you know, and you got down in Houston, you got Kate. Yeah, Houston's a little weak in 6A. Houston's real D1 heavy. Like in D2, it's kind of like Katy, and that's really about it right now. But in D1, you got North Shore, Atascocita, Cy-Fair, Pearland. You got some really good programs that are D1. So it just varies by region and what your path is. That's why realignment is so important, because your playoff path can really be determined by if you go Region 1, Region 2. And some classes, Region 1's better than Region 2. And then in a lot of classes, Region 2 is better than Region 1. So it really varies.
And like Swag, let's just be real, man. It ain't no team in 5A Division 1 that's beating Denton Gower last year.
Nah.
I mean, you can always argue about Alito and Longview.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Longview, right?
Longview, you can always put in any game with anybody outside of like what Matt is saying.
Yeah. Because Longview,
Duncanville moved them to the side, and they can win a game. Like we're not going to act like, everybody there. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, think about it. DeSoto was in the district with Longview and went 0-4.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you got to think it ain't too different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't knocking them. I'm saying everybody's.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, and shout out to Jesse White, because he won't let nobody forget that DeSoto ain't never beat Longview.
He's not lying. I mean, he's telling the truth. But here's the thing: Longview won a state championship in 6A D2. They ain't never won one in 5A.
That's true.
Well,
I mean,
but you can never.
They had Lake Travis.
Yeah, because they had to deal with Lake Travis. That's what I'm
forward.
saying. The difference between 6A D2 and 5A D1 is not as big as people think. You know,
And
Longview had to go through Lake Travis twice. Yeah, those were elite Lake Travis teams they lost to.
Yeah, for real.
Garrett Gilbert and those guys.
Yeah, Garrett Gill was a bad boy.
Hey, Matt.
Went to the wrong college, but he was a bad boy.
Hey, Matt.
Yes, sir.
What's going on? Hey, man, I had a question asked to me this week. Number one, you already mentioned Eaton, which I'm happy you did, which we know we're guaranteed to have a 6A school up this way. Northwest will be going 6A next realignment with the attendance lines changing and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about how the powers up here from the Fort Worth with the mass exodus of Fort Worth ISD heading north to Northwest ISD, Byron Nelson, Northwest, and Argyle. And the other question I have is, about how the UIL works, and I don't have the answer, so I'll take it back to him. When a coach leaves a school and he has a child, I'm gonna point to what happened with Sherman and the kid going to Gunner, and they said the kid was ineligible. But another coach can go to a school and his son is eligible. What is the criteria for that? Thank you, sir.
So that Gunner and Sherman thing was a really weird scenario. So Gunner IS, and this is told to me secondhand. I watched the hearing, and what the UIL really kind of harped on is Gunner doesn't allow out of district transfers. So like Gunner doesn't allow you, if you don't live in the attendance zone, then you can't go there unless your parent works for the school district. That's the only exception, right? Well, Gunner, from what I understand, what I was told is that young man, he was allowed to enroll at the school before his dad was hired on full time as a coach. So that's what the UIL kind of stuck on. Is like, you made an exception for this kid, but you wouldn't make that exception for anybody else because he hadn't signed his contract yet with the school district. So was it a technicality? Yeah. But when you're dealing with the UIL and dealing with things like that, a technicality will catch you. So you need to know what the UIL rules are. You need to know those kind of things. And each school, and what makes them more complicated is each school district can have their own individual rules on top of what the UIL has. So some school districts don't allow, I think it's Denton ISD. Denton ISD doesn't allow you to go from one Denton school to another. They don't allow it. So their rules are more strict than the UIL rules. So you have to understand. So Gunner basically had a rule: if you don't live here, you can't go to school here unless your parent is employed here. But you can't enroll the kid on the assumption that your dad is going to get employed here. He has to be. That paperwork's got to be done. So
before he couldn't do it beforehand. Gotcha.
That was the technicality. That, to my understanding, and that kid ended up going back to Sherman and ended up playing his senior season at Sherman.
Yeah.
Only got something to do with first choice too, Matt.
I'm sorry, what was that, Coach?
I said, don't it have something to do with first choice? With the parent, and Ty, you correct me if I'm wrong too. Like, with some districts.
If the parent is that's if the parent was previously employed there, and the kid didn't go there from the beginning.
Okay.
That's when the first choice come in. If the dad was going to go accept the job, then that normally you just got to file like an appeal or a process with the UIL.
Yeah.
A waiver process.
A residency waiver. Yeah.
Yeah, residency waiver showing why you want your child to what's the reason for transferring there. Most times they probably get approved depending on who it is. But like Matt said, because of the technicality, it didn't.
Right. Ain't that
Was
how
the same thing? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
No, I was just asking, man. Ain't that what Duncanville track coach got caught on?
I'm not as familiar with that situation, so I can't. I don't follow track.
That ain't got nothing. Nah. That ain't nowhere near similar.
I thought it was because the parent did work for the school district.
Yeah, but that's a whole
that ain't got nothing to do with it. Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Hey, is it? I'm asking because I don't know.
You talking to the fast kid on JV?
He's talking about Clayton Brookins.
Yeah, with the JV track kid. Yeah.
The JV track kid stuff came about because Waxahachie marked this shit up.
Yep.
So when the kid from DeSoto transferred, was the Sean Robinson kid? So because his dad or his mom was a coach.
Both.
Both.
So he was able to transfer right in, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like y'all talking about.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
Because his dad was coaching at Chisholm Trail and mom was coaching girls basketball at DeSoto.
No, at Dunbar. Then she went to Guyer. Then she went to Guyer.
Yeah, and then she was at Guyer when Robinson was at Guyer. Yeah, it was Guyer. I'm sorry, but Robinson's dad was coaching he was at Chisholm Trail, then he went to Guyer, and then went to DeSoto. So, but yeah, both his parents worked at DeSoto for that year. And obviously, his mom is still at DeSoto, and his dad, I think, I'm not sure where he's landed at. He was coaching at DeSoto, then he went to Crowley, and then he Louisville, Crowley, and then he went out to East Texas for a couple of years, and I'm not sure where Coach Robinson's landed yet.
He just trying to find his way, huh?
He had a tough time in East Texas. It didn't go well. It didn't go well in East Texas those 2 years at Henderson. They struggled.
Man, somebody give Coach Robinson a job. I'm pretty sure they got
coach.
Somebody hook Coach Robinson up. They got another son or nephew somewhere.
Yeah, they went 1-9 last year, so they were like, "All right, Coach, we gonna have to go ahead and make a change."
He only had 2 years on the job.
He was there 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
Boy, listen, man. Boy.
That's what I'm saying, though. You get, there's not a lot of patience, man. That could be a problem. You can't.
What's it?
But you got to, man. Every job ain't your job.
Yeah,
man. That's what I'm saying, though, man. It's like for and this was back on the UIL, and I know you understand it, but what I'm saying is like if it's that obvious, where like you say, people ain't got that much patience with coaches, then why is it so strict on transfers?
Right.
That's what the schools want.
Relocation, Jeremy. Relocators.
I mean,
you have to understand the UIL is a member-based organization. The members are the schools, and particularly the decision makers are administrators. So the whole transfer thing came about. This started back, in the 50s when people in the oil fields were giving them jobs to out in West Texas.
Yes, sir.
We're talking like Brecken. If you look at the history of UIL football, like this is pre-integration. Like Breckenridge was like a powerhouse because they were giving people this jobs left and right in the oil field if your kid could play football. So the UIL at one time, if you transferred, you had to sit out a year no matter what. Like it didn't matter if your transfer was athletic purposes, academic purposes, you moved, you had to sit out a year. And that got changed in the late 70s. A kid from New Hampshire or Vermont moved to Austin and played a basketball player to play at Austin Westlake. His family moved from Vermont to Austin, and he had to sit out. And he was a good basketball player, and they took it all the way. And it went all the way to Texas Supreme Court, and that's what caused the UIL to change how they handle transfers to where they gave athletic purpose. You couldn't transfer for athletic purposes. And it's a very subjective thing. You have an imperfect rule that is judged by imperfect people and who are doing imperfect paperwork too. The people who are submitting the paperwork are not perfect people as well. So you have an imperfect system with imperfect people. And a lot of times it's not always going to be fair and it's not always going to be the right ruling. But it's what the schools want. The majority of the schools don't want to have transfers for athletic purposes. So they have this subjective kind of loophole to try to allow kids who are legitimately trying to move in their terms to not be hurt by that. And there's a lot of kids that sit out, and I don't think they should have to sit out. But that's where you just have to, as a parent, you have to know the rules. You go, like I know last year those Cedar Hill Newman kids that they tried to go to Cedar Hill Trinity. Well, you have to know the UIL rules. You have to know that you can't, if you don't live in an attendance zone, it doesn't matter if the school is open enrollment. If you don't live in that school and you try to move, you got to sit out a year. So if you're going to move, you better go to the school where you live if you want to play. But people were telling those parents they could just transfer because they didn't know the UIL. They didn't know the rules. And so a lot of times it's about educating yourself and also not telling on yourself. People get on Facebook and Twitter and telling themselves a whole lot. And it's very easy to screenshot something, and it's very easy to have that happen. So, my best advice for anybody who's moving is to do it in silence and only talk to who you need to talk to.
Period. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that out there in the internet universe? Shut your damn mouth.
Yeah.
Don't announce
it. Hey, Matt, Gary Bird asked when will the magazines be out?
So that we don't have any supply chain issues this year. So magazines should be out. I think our subscribers will start getting them last week of June. We'll probably have some advanced copies probably out at State 707 and that kind of thing. And I imagine they'll be on the newsstands if you don't subscribe to the website probably in right around 4th of July. But I know I believe our friends at South Oak Cliff are going to get some South Oak Cliff covers again this year. All the state champions, I think DeSoto, Duncanville, I think Texas Farm Bureau or somebody does like their own, they customize covers. So I think South Oak Cliff, those guys will probably get some advanced copies, and then DeSoto and Duncanville and Alito will as well. So the coaches will get more information on that.
Because I tried to get one from Sock last year. They dissed me, so I'm gonna get a
Todd, I need one of them.
Oh yeah, we got one. We was on the back main cover last year. We should have been on the main cover and had put their college cover.
I tried to get one, Ty, and he didn't see my message.
Hey man, we knew we were gonna do that shit again, so we get you the next time.
Yeah, see, they was repeating, so I hit you on the backside. Yeah, I'm a high school guy, so I'm always pushing to get the high school teams on the front cover, but business overtakes that. Business overtakes the heart sometimes,
Yeah,
I know that college. I know the college covers always, for sales and stuff. I get it. It's a business. I understand. I get in right.
Hey, Matt, when they gonna reveal who's gonna be on the cover this year?
We'll do that on the show. I think. Yeah, it should be here pretty soon. I think the first week of June. is when we usually announce the cover, and Tepper will do that on Texas Football Today. So I'm excited. I'm excited for everyone to see the covers. I mean, we work. This is real. We work we work really hard at that magazine, and it's a labor of love. You know, Mr. Campbell actually passed away during South Oak Cliff and Lubbock Cooper's state semifinal game in Abilene. So we try to make Mr. Campbell's legacy a real one, because he created a special thing for the state of Texas, and we really try to we take it personally. We do right, and you know, we're not perfect. We make mistakes, and we take it to heart. So we try to get it right. You know, in the end, our rankings and things like that, they're just opinions. They don't mean shit. I mean, it gets decided on the field, but I think it's fun for people to talk about and read. And like I tell coaches, if we end up in the field house, if our magazine is on a toilet in the field house getting read by a coach taking a dump, then I know we did a good job. That means we getting read.
Hey, players too. Hey, listen, man. When long ago, man, when Dave Campbell was out, when we was playing, everybody rushed to the new, because we had to go to the store and get them. You know what I mean? And they'll be in like 7-Eleven, and right in when everybody would go to 7-Eleven, and you got back. Now, only thing you wanted to see was your name. One of the players to watch and everything. That's all you wanted to see. But it's a beautiful thing, man, to see that magazine still.
Yeah.
And
you not lying, Will, because I'm still mad at Dave Campbell for misspelling my son's name.
Hey, and so check this out. A lot of coaches do still handwrite, and some coaches' handwriting is hard as hell to read. And I make the point, if I'm not sure, I'll call the coach and be like, hey, coach, tell me how you spell this kid's name, because your handwriting sucks. You know, like now our guy, Coach Todd here, that dude's got some penmanship. He's all penmanship team. He's got good handwriting. I can read everything easily with him. But a lot of them now are typed. So now if it's messed up, usually we just blame, you know, the coach just fat fingered it or something. But you know, if it's handwritten and I can't read the handwriting, I will try to call the coach and be like, hey, I need you to, you know, because it's important. It's a touchstone in these kids' lives. And I know we have the internet and everything else, but to me, if I was a kid in the magazine, or my child was in the mag, I have all girls, so I'd have to worry about it. But if I had a son, I want his name to get spelled right. So it's important to me to call that coach and be like, hey, coach, tell me how you spell this kid's name, because I want to get it right.
Yeah, man, it hurt my feelings, man. But you know what? I wasn't mad. He got 2 years' name in it, so that's a memory he'll have forever.
Y'all spell little J Mac name wrong?
No, they spelled my son's name wrong, man. I was hurt.
J Mac.
What year? That's probably pre-Matt Step. So
it was definitely pre-Matt Step. My son was 16.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a long time ago. Hey, somebody wants to shout out to our listeners on the YouTube. They want to know. They want you to break down Louisville real quick for them.
I mean, they're gonna be really good. I think they're gonna be, them and North Crowley are the two favorites in Region 1 in 6A Division 1, in my opinion. Louisville, you know, the questions I have with Louisville are really offensively. Can they take the next step? Can their offense evolve? I think defensively up front, they're going to be there. They got some guys to replace, but the back seven, the secondary is going to be really good. Their offensive line's good. They got a good running back. They got an experienced quarterback. I think this is a matter of, can they put it all together? But if they want to win the region, they're going to have to take, I think it's a step forward on the offensive side of the ball this year.
Hey, by the way, shout out to Ethan out there, Ethan Terrell, receiving that Jackson State offer. So what's up?
I think there's a good chance Louisville is 14-0 going into that regional final game, possibly. I think there's a good chance they're 14-0 or 13-0 going into that regional final.
Yeah, that coach sounds real confident, man.
They were 12-2 last year, and they bring back a lot. So I'd be, I think there's a good chance Louisville and North Crowley are both 13-0 playing each other in a regional final.
Now he didn't sound confident about playing Duncanville week 1, but other than that, he sounded real confident that they were gonna meet Duncanville in the semis. So I'm looking forward to it.
They built up front. Louisville is built up front. They got they front seven on both sides of the ball is physical. They got big boys. So I mean, they're not a little team. You know, so whenever you get teams like that, like Matt said, man, you always got opportunity. And then you add skill guys, and they got their quarterback coming back. They got one of their receivers coming back. They got a pretty good defense coming back. You know, Louisville gonna be good, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt. Hear anything about Well, Randy Allen got coming back over there in Highland Park.
I mean, Highland Park's always the same every year. They bring back like 3 starters on both sides of the ball, but they're like the stormtroopers, man. They all look the same. They're all just kind of You can't tell them apart, but they're always really good, man. It's like you can't like Highland Park. They're all their kids. They're you know that like Highland Park. There's a lot of rich kid jokes and they all that kind of thing, but they are tough. Like don't get it twisted. They're tough. Man. They're tough football players and they're good football players.
Basketball too.
Yeah, they're hard to beat. So I don't look at what Highland Park has on paper usually because it's always the same every year. They're 2 starters on offense, 2 starters on defense, 60 seniors graduated, but they'll have 60 more come in and just be Highland Park. So I think it's tougher for them in 6A, obviously, but they're still going to be really good.
Right. What about my second favorite coach? My favorite coach on the show already. Coach Rogers out there in Argyle.
I mean, they're in Region 1 and they're probably the favorite. They're going to be good up front. They're going to be typical Argyle. I don't know. I think they have more questions this year than they've had in the past. They're going to be younger than they have been. So we'll see how the youth grows up. But, I mean, they're a consistent program. They're going to be right there in the mix. And they have the in 5A D2, the benefit of being in Region 1 is they have a lot more favorable playoff paths. So they can kind of grow into their team as the season goes along. If you're in Region 2, you don't always have that luxury because you could be playing Mansfield Summit in the first round of the playoffs. And if you haven't grown into your team by round 1, you could easily go home in the first round of the playoffs. So it's a little different. Sometimes your path really determines what happens in the playoffs.
Hey, Matt. I know you're a historian, brother. And I got one last question and I'm going to bid y'all adieu. Wichita Falls, Old High's last ride. Are they doing anything up there this year for that?
Yeah, so I know they're the Wichita Falls and Wichita Falls Rider game. I think is week 1 this year. So yeah, it's a strange time up there, because the Wichita Falls basically what happened is the school they have 3 high schools in town: Wichita Falls High, Rider, and Hershey. And Wichita Falls High is the oldest, and the school district and the community for years and years and years let those schools fall into disrepair and didn't pass bonds to fix the schools and take care of the buildings that they had. So what's happened is it's gotten so expensive to renovate all those buildings now that it's cheaper to just build 2 brand new high schools. So they're consolidating from 3 high schools to 2 with 2 brand new high schools. So this is the last year for those 3 high schools. And it's a sad thing because a lot of history and tradition is going to be lost. But, unfortunately, in my opinion, the people in Wichita Falls kind of have no one to blame but themselves because they didn't take care of their schools and do what they need to do. You have a school that's built in 1920. You got to renovate the damn thing. It's 100 years old. Like, you can't expect the building to last 100 years without taking care of it.
Right. Yeah, man. Sad thing, man. When you saw that Rojo bus coming down 35, man, people just stop and stare, man. It's sad, but I appreciate you, Matt.
All right, y'all have a good night. Have a good night.
So what? Hey, Matt, is that the same similar situation with Ozen and Central and Beaumont?
A little bit. It was the hurricane really what tore up Beaumont. Ozan, I believe, is what happened. But Beaumont's a whole different ball game with the history of the schools there. I think I got into it with Gary a little bit on Facebook and gave him a little history on the Beaumont schools. But yeah, I mean Beaumont, that there's a lot of racism and things that played into those schools and having 2 separate school districts in the community back in the day, and there's a lot that went into that. So that's a very complicated and a lot longer story with Beaumont. But as far as Ozan and Central combining into United, the primary driver to that was the hurricane came through, and they just decided with the enrollment shrinking at Ozan, it was just easier just to consolidate it over to Central and make it into a new school.
So what 2 schools in Wichita Falls are they combining?
So they're combining they're taking 3 and combining them into 2 brand new schools. So what? Hershey, Wichita Falls High, and Rider, and making them into 2 new high schools. And
this the thing. And Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, Will. This is the part about it that's different. Like the coach at was at Hershey and went to the state semifinal the year before,
but they're not guaranteeing any coaches any jobs.
Yeah.
So
you got to reapply and re-interview for your job. Yeah.
No inside. No. Hey, we're gonna put you here.
Yeah. So where's so what happened to Burke Burnett? Are they still not a school, or is they still?
No, it's still Burke Burnett's. It's its own town. It's a separate town.
Okay.
It's its own school district.
Where did my man went to Ohio State? He went to Hershey, right?
No, he went to Rider. JT Barrett.
Okay, he went to Rider.
He was the quarterback. He was quarterback at Rider when they played Lancaster in the state semifinals and lost to Lancaster in the semifinals the year that Lancaster played in the state championship game.
He had tore his knee up that year though. That was his senior year.
It's right. He didn't play his senior year, but he was the quarterback of that team and he got hurt. Yeah, that team, his senior year went to the semifinals and lost to Lancaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, so I'm just trying to figure out. So you can really technically get a Hershey.
Think about three schools
in one team.
No, three schools going to two schools, and they changing the names. All the names changing too.
Yeah, everything's changing.
Says, well, what if they combine these 3 Dallas schools, right? So let's say, just because it's the same side of town, let's say Carter, Sock, and Hutch, right?
Woo.
Imagine they were saying, all right, these schools are all closing, and we're going to build 2 schools, okay? But it's not for sure. Like, they're not going to guarantee Todd a job at either. That's what's kind of going on.
Yeah.
So people are kind of like, all right, let me go find a job because you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So had they closed them this year? So it's this
year.
This
the last year.
This is the last year.
So after this year, everybody got to reapply.
Everybody at every school, teachers, everybody, principals. Yep.
Yeah.
And so they can go outside and say we want to go in a different direction. Everything.
Yeah. And what they're doing is they're not so like the 3 schools are all getting their attendance zones switched up. So like they're not going to take one, like Wichita Falls High is going to all the kids from Wichita Falls High are going to go to this school. Some are going to go. Some from each 3 schools are going to be at each 2 schools.
Have they determined it yet, Matt? Because I know that was an issue for some people. They wouldn't tell nobody how they were going to split.
No, they haven't said nothing.
Yeah,
they haven't said nothing.
Yeah, that's a hot button political issue too.
And the reason why
there's gonna be a lot of redlining going on.
Yeah, and they mad because that Wichita Falls team beat Decatur, but Decatur beat them in the playoffs. That squad, it's a little gutty little squad.
Yeah, I remember that.
See, that's the thing. It kind of reminds you of when Hutch closed and them kids went to Sock.
Yeah.
Some of them went to Sock, Velt, Carter.
Some of them went to Velt, right? Some of them went to Carter too, I think, right? They kind of all went all over the place. So, do you think that strategically they could say, okay, I would, if I'm going to have 2 schools, hey, Hershey, let's make sure all Hershey kids and Rider kids kind of funnel into this one school, and we're going to make this one school the school. They technically could do that, right?
Yeah. They can do. Yeah. I mean, Wichita Falls, there's good football up there. There's Rider, Hershey, and Wichita Falls High are all pretty good teams.
You know the funny thing about it? You know the funny thing about it? Hershey went to state in both sports in the same year, just 2 years ago.
Yeah, they got good athletes. They had their running back last year. Yeah. Hershey's running back last year went to USC. Like, they got dudes. Like
they always got dudes. Didn't they just run track? Did they win state in a 4x1 or something?
I think they're 4x1 went to state. I know Gilmer won state in 4A, but the boys. Okay. But yeah, Hershey's got cats. Yeah. I mean, Ryder's got kids.
Stephenville had to come back and beat them in the semis the year before last.
Yeah,
right?
They did. Yeah, Stephenville had to come back and win that game. Hershey was right there in that game. So yeah, it's interesting times up there for sure. So yeah.
That's gonna be interesting, man. I don't really want to go past 11 o'clock, so I want everybody to get their last words in. I know Matt probably ready to ease off. Anyway,
got to work in the morning, but I haven't been on a while, so I wanted to come on and holler at y'all.
Hey man, I'm happy you did, man. I've been waiting for you to come on back. I didn't want to get in trouble with the missus, so I had to be patient.
I want that smoke.
Hey,
yeah,
so you said you going down to Houston?
Yeah, I'm going down to Houston Friday for a little 7-on-7. So I'm gonna text Todd and find out where his spots over by TSU are. Get down there, get down to the third ward.
So you'll be posting some French's chicken too this weekend.
I'm on a diet, man. I'm trying to lose about 20 more pounds for the off season. So I'm trying to get sexy for Coach Todd's party you're gonna have, man. I'm trying to get looking good, man. I know there'll be some lovely ladies in there, so I got to make sure I'm looking good.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, we crashing that party.
Hey, is that during the coaches convention?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm there.
I'm trying to get an invite. So. Yeah, I'm gonna scout out some stuff. It's good. I'll be down in Houston. Yeah, it's good. I'll be down there getting some work done, and then I'll be back. But yeah, appreciate I'll see Todd and Ward in Houston at coaching school. I'm not sure I'll see him before then, but yeah, we got to do our yearly interview. You do 2 for 2, so we got to make it 3 for 3.
I know, man.
You come on with us, and we got to make it tradition.
Nah, you already know. You already know what the deal is.
Yeah. So we'll do it.
Coach school is a lot of fun tonight. I think Mississippi kind of took his tongue. He ain't had much to say tonight.
Yeah, man. I just been chilling. It ain't been no hot topics really. So, I just laying low.
Hey, J-Man.
I'll make sure to get you next week. hey, matter of fact, next week, I hope I ain't spoiling it, but next week we're supposed to have the Duncanville track coaches, girls and boys. So hopefully that go through.
Nah, man. The runner-up can't come with the champ. Shit, that's what we said. Like in football.
Klein Forest. You gonna have Klein Forest coach on. Boys coach.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like high track. In football, somebody lose in the finals, everybody roasting their ass.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's kind of the Duncanville way because, the football team was second for 4 years before they got first?
I know, but what I'm saying, ain't nobody interviewing the second place team and nothing else.
Well, that's my homie, man. I got to bring Henderson on.
Now, damn that homeboy shit, this shit got to be about fun. What's right?
Yeah, don't bring Henderson on. Henderson don't talk. And I'm saying Henderson will talk on the show. I'm saying Brookins trolls football coaches all year. And then Jimmy's and Joe's. It ain't got nothing to do with coaching. And he been doing that for years. Then he gets the Duncanville job with a plethora of talent. And we ain't got it done yet. He got to answer.
Hold on.
You would have brought him on, J-Man.
I brought him on.
You would have brought, if it was a football coach.
I've had him on.
Yeah, but before this though, he done ran from it. He'll get in them comments quick. I'm saying we need to see Brookins next week.
All right. Somebody enlighten me real quick. I haven't seen the results. So Duncanville got what place in the 4x1?
Second.
Second.
They got second 4x1.
Yeah.
They got first in the 4x2.
And they got third
and 4x2.
Durham got third, and the other kid got fifth. I can't think of the kid's name. I don't want to.
In the 100? What was the winning time?
10-4,
10-4, something like that.
The fastest kid in the state this year was the kid from Refugio.
Yeah, Refugio.
Yeah, he ran like a 10-3, right?
10-22.
10-2-2.
10-2.
Oh, he was the best one at state. He didn't have the fastest time.
He had the fastest time at state.
Okay.
Yeah, he had the fastest time at state.
Y'all gonna get him. Then he gonna start talking about wind and weather related and all this type of shit.
Hey, y'all want him on? I'm just trying to get my guy Henderson on. Y'all want him?
We
want Brookins.
Nah, we want Brookins. Henderson don't be in the group trolling other coaches. See, that's what I'm saying. You see, that's
He'll
what
be here. He'll be here.
Hey, that's what Ty's saying. You let everybody else make it. But let us troll other coaches from other sports all year.
Hey, you know me. Y'all know me.
Us on the show.
Y'all know me. If y'all say it, I'm gonna try to get it done. So y'all want him?
Yeah, he gotta come on. He gotta come on. And we ain't trying to hear this satisfied with second place stuff. Them kids deserve better.
Yeah.
Damn. Hey, you want some of that too, Matt?
Hey, I stay in my lane. I try to stay in my lane. I know what lanes I need to be in and what lanes I ain't supposed to be in.
Yeah, J Mac, you done said 5 coaches for second place.
Hey, no, I ain't never said fire somebody lost championship game.
Okay.
Somebody done said it on here before.
Yeah.
No, not the championship game.
Hold on, somebody said what?
Now I did ask December needs to retire after that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I did.
But what I'm saying though is the state track meet, the finals ain't just the championship game. That's like the semifinals too. It's really the regional finals.
I mean,
Like
I
making
hear you,
it-
man.
I'm
But
saying
I
making
mean-
it the state
Yeah,
and
top
track.
8, top 9. Yeah, you right.
Could I ask
It's
you guys
the regional
weekend,
finals.
are we really holding this to Brookins since he wasn't really the coach this year for most of the year?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I am. You don't get to talk like that and don't have to answer for it, J-Man.
Man,
It don't
Sock
work.
ain't trying to hear it, boy.
It
Sock
would be
boys,
different.
they want blood.
J-Man, it would be different if
gonna be
he was
fun.
like most coaches who don't say nothing. He will negative talk other coaches in other sports and say it's all about the kids. Well, I'm gonna say Duncanville got the best track boys in the state of Texas for 2 years.
And then
So, Ward,
let
what
the
you
girls
saying
let
is-
the girls beat them before the boys.
Hey,
I'm
Ward,
using his logic. Now I'm using his logic. Duncanville got the best track talent boys in the state of Texas for the last 2 years, especially sprints. They almost won a state championship this year with no 4x4. Process that now.
Hey, Ward, are you saying that how do you lose when you got 10-2, 10-3, 10-5?
I'm saying, how do you lose when you talk like that and you got that? It'd be different if he was like Henderson. Henderson be chilling. He be chilling. He just gonna do his job. Henderson, the cool cat, always been like Brookins trolls people. I need to hear from him. I need to hear these excuses. And I ain't gonna come on unless he start making track excuses that y'all don't understand. Then I come on and be our track correspondent.
Yeah.
Grew up.
He will, hey, cause he
I
will talk
appreciate-
over our head because we ain't no track guys.
Yeah, because track you can kind of talk around it and all of that.
No,
I gotta hear. I gotta tune in and hear Brookins speak up, and we need to know what we gonna do to get this job done.
So Duncanville haven't won state yet. The boys track yet. They haven't won state.
Not the
In
team.
2000,
Not the team.
they won
Time.
it once. They won it in 2000.
Yeah.
Brookins been the coach
Really?
for 2 years. They got second both years.
so they getting better. They getting better.
They're getting better. I mean, but I think most of these last 2 years probably go to Coach Paul if we just keeping it trill.
That's a question that you might need to ask him.
Cause he was setting up that track
man.
program. He was setting up that track program for like 3-4 years. So
I mean, he got that's something he got to answer. Yeah,
I asked, man. You know me, I ain't
I
got no
need to
problem
know.
asking
I
questions.
need to know.
As DeSoto got slower,
Oh,
No.
that's track. That's for the track show. Will we go?
See, the
Jack
Hill
Mac.
boys got fourth, I think, in the 4x2.
I'm just
Oh,
saying. I know
hey,
they was winning state.
Duncanville girls won it.
Yeah,
They
they
won a
won.
team
it
title.
all.
They won a team title.
Yeah, they
That's gonna be
did.
interesting.
And they ain't the most talented team.
No.
Oh.
Woo, man, that's hard. Swagger, what you got before we get out of here?
Yeah, cause track's gonna be obsolete in a little while.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get him on tonight, but I understood the homie was tired.
Who you talking about, Henderson or Brookins?
I was trying to get Henderson. I don't know Brookins like that, so I was trying to get Henderson. Henderson is the homie over here.
Hey, but Red Oak won the 4x1 though.
Yeah,
they
did.
They
won.
did.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing.
Just waiting on that.
You know, I'm a real black guy. All I know is the sprints and the relays. That's it. I don't know nothing about no team titles. I don't know. All I want to know is who won the 4x1, the 4x2, and the 100 and the 200. That's
And the mile
it.
relay.
That's what I think. That's what I think won the state. So that's why we got Coach Ward.
Shoot, LSU
Man,
just went
I've
37.
never
They
liked
broke
that
the
Texas counts it at double points neither. I've never liked that. The relays.
Dang.
But that's
Hey, man.
that's why they always say if you can get one or two of the relays and a field and a sprint, you got a good chance of winning
You
state.
got a real good chance.
I think if if Duncanville would have won the 100 like people thought and had the second one place in the top 3, they probably would have won. I'm assuming. I don't know, but
2, that's 8 points. Yeah, I mean they would have jumped them up. I think they lost by 1 or at like 18 though.
Oh, okay.
They would have had to go 1-2 or I could be wrong. It was something around there though. But you're probably right.
Yeah, you can't play the what if game.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna play it. We ain't gonna play it. Hey, anybody else got something before we get out of here?
Yeah, man, I can't even count when the last time me and Raza both lasted a whole Sunday night show together.
You ain't lying.
Say. Don't.
I can't remember the last time you've been on a whole show from start to finish.
Hey, Swaggy, what kind of shirt is that?
My work shirt.
Swaggy the milkman, coach.
Nah, it look like Luther Janitorial, man. Hey, you remember when Luther knew?
Yeah.
Set it off.
Yeah.
You don't want to work for Lucas.
Luther didn't show up to work.
Hey, let me find that Swaggy over there giving them girls loans.
Hey,
Swaggy found
Luther had
that
all
money.
their money.
Feeling it ain't been back to work.
Oh shit!
Damn, I lose.
That was a good one too, Todd. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was tough, man. That was tough.
Say, Todd, for real though, do I get a magazine this year or what?
Yeah, I got you, man. Yeah, I got one for all the Dub members, man.
Man, don't believe that, man. I'm still waiting on mine.
Nah, we got you, man. It's worth the wait, man.
Hey, I'm still waiting on my medal. We didn't make it on the line on time. You didn't get the medal.
Yeah. Y'all met Mr. Medal this time. Yeah, we done ran out. Shit.
Hey, good thing y'all go 3-peat, baby. We could get it on the third.
Hey, we got to be on the field
Hey,
this
the
year.
third
Like
one
this,
is the best one anyway.
Yeah.
J-Man, we'll be on the field like this year.
Hey, what was the issue with the field last year? It's something.
They said, hell no, we ain't let you Negroes out here on this damn field. Shit, what they said.
We tried.
It ain't like we tried. Hey, we tried like 18 different times. Shout out to Coach Matthews. Coach Matthews got us all, but
yeah.
Other than that,
you know the funny part about it, Cal? We found out at the last minute at the Duncanville game that all we needed was our damn coaching passes. The whole time.
all right.
Yeah,
man.
J-Man, you remember that?
We go ease on out of here.
All right.
God damn, boy.
Don't talk too much.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. God damn.
My bad. It's my fault. I shouldn't have.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Will. You know what I just did? I did the same thing B. Roz did earlier.
What's that?
This CJ, man.
I didn't follow behind you.
Earlier when Mr. Simi was on, and he, J-Mac kind of stopped his rant. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Yeah, man, I just want to let you get to the end, be right. I got a question, though. I got a question." And
I know. Yeah, he was trying to cut it off.
I saw J-Mac go.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I missed it.
I called him down and B. Ryan was like, "No, I got a question. Why the hell you taking a sock?"
Yeah, my bad. Hey.
And I'm thinking Will trying to stop it. He did it. He went even further. Like, come on, man.
B. Roz was gaslighting, man. B. Roz was gaslighting.
Will was looking to argue.
Yeah, Will was
Hey, Coach Clay.
I'm watching the show. I'm seeing Will and him. I said, I got to get on there right now.
Coach Clayton, we see your eyeball emojis. We expect to see you on the show next week with Coach Henderson. And the other Duncanville coaches. That's what we said. We expect to see you next week. All right, 7:30. We need to see you, homie.
Hey, on the real though, before we get out of here, I want to say this to y'all on the panel though. Shout out to all y'all moms, y'all wives. Happy Mother's Day. That's real.
Already. Shout out to all the mama bears and the coaches' wives, the Dub wives, everybody wives. Show love to them, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Don't be gone so long, man. You back in town, brother.
Hey, I'm back till end of June. I'll be here till the end of June. I'm gonna go back up to Canada for a few weeks.
Hey,
I'll
man,
be in H-Town for coaching school, so I'll be in H-Town.
Hey, Matt, tell China hit me up tomorrow if I ain't got everything in, but I think I got everything.
Hey, she been on your ass, coach. You better call her.
I know.
She been on it, man.
I know not, but I think I sent everything. So I think we good.
All right, that's what's up. She'll be happy.
Already.
Hey, Coach Todd.
Yeah.
What happened to the show, bro? It got canceled.
Nah, like we don't know where you're gonna be. Like the ladies want to know you're gonna be on the show. They gonna come on and you're gonna be missing.
Yeah. Last time they heard your ass walked off any goddamn way.
He said it was canceled. He had a tweet that said it was canceled, didn't he?
Yeah.
We done did all this hard work and found these people.
Yeah, we didn't meet his contract demands.
Hey man, we'll see y'all next week, homies.
All right, y'all.
Hey,
watch
watch
this.
Football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the Dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go hugs, put it in work, go good. Texas youth and high school talking to page on Facebook, hold up. Coach trying to stand on the scene, giving advice, he do what he mean. Jay Mack and Swaggy Wick, rocking the gear, it's so clean.